Live.
Fuck 'em up. Welcome
Fuck 'em up.
back to week 3 of Double Down Sports. Also, check the sound real quick just to make sure
Yes.
I'm not talking to no one.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right, good. I am A-Tag Swag, and this is the co-host Shrek,
Hello.
and this is Separation Sunday. So yeah, we're back again. I'm excited. Another Sunday. Got a lot of football today.
Got a lot
What
to talk about.
Yeah,
There's
what'd you see last week that you liked? You didn't like that surprised you? Something.
uh the thing that surprised me most from last week, I think, was that the Cowboys and the Giants game
Oh,
was
here we go. All right,
probably
already? Nah.
the game of the week. Hey man, like
Yeah.
dang.
It was very exciting if you were not a Cowboys. I mean, we won, so like it ended up being exciting. But like,
Yeah.
holy shit, man! Are you kidding me?
God bless Brandon Aubrey. Aubrey is
Yes.
so good.
I told you he is going to make that was good from 70 plus, like easy.
At
Like
least.
probably, I don't know, 73, 74. I
Yeah.
think.
I
Oh,
mean
like, you know how they have the analytics that'll show like, the velocity and how far it was good from. I bet it was like good from like 73, 74.
Yeah, my buddy Riley and I were talking about that watching the game, and I was like, "Damn, dude!" I was like, "That has a lot of like on it," and I saw it like when it went through and like hit the back of like the net there after coming through. I was like, "Dude, that could have been good for like over 70, dude! Like, holy shit! Like that was
Yeah.
crazy." Um,
Yeah, it was definitely wild.
I don't really kicking can be a boring part of the game for some people, but it's always exciting when certain people like Aubrey or Boswell or people like that are kicking the ball because they literally are, they're gonna do good every single time almost.
Yeah, he's Mr. Automatic. He really is, even from
Yeah,
distance.
seriously, yeah.
He's incredible. What happened to my stats? What is going on with stats this week? Like what?
Are you on the ESPN link I sent you?
Yeah, I just tried to go to week 2 and it messed it up. Man, bro, why? Why you do this to me? There we go. Okay.
Cool.
I was just trying to see like how many more players got 30 fantasy points or more compared to last week.
Okay.
And it was definitely I mean, we kind of called it. We talked about how good the weather was and how probably some of these games were going to be very there's going to be a lot of good fantasy points. There were a lot of players that had some pretty high numbers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um,
There's
if you
like,
want to,
I was gonna say one of the biggest things that I've noticed so far this year, right, is there's a lot of good defenses in the NFL that are underperforming like crazy right now.
I agree.
There's a lot. There's almost every single one of these games so far this year. I feel like it's been really, really high scoring, and it's not just been like like the main like stars of the game too, or like the guys you would expect to do really good either. There's been a lot of guys like
Wandale
stepping up, like
Robinson.
yeah, like him, like Wan'Dale Robinson or Hunter Renfro for the Panthers or Franklin for the Broncos. I mean, Franklin had 6 receptions, but it seemed like he had like 120. Dude, like he just kept getting the ball. The ball was coming his way all game.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, no one expected that out of Russ. Let's be honest.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Dre? We'll get to your question. Let us kind of get through like the introductory stuff here, like just 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll start on questions.
Yes, sir.
Um,
But another thing I want to point out too from last week is Mac Jones looked really good. Like really good. I know he was playing the Saints, but
yeah.
still.
I still am gonna go out and say like he's gonna throw an interception today. I'm surprised he didn't throw one last week because like if you go back and look at his games to how many interceptions, like just this game he threw an interception or not whether he threw 3 or 4 or however many, but he just threw an interception. He's over 50% on the games played on throwing an interception, and last week was the Saints. So I wouldn't say a crazy hard matchup this week, but it's not the Saints.
Yeah,
So
it is not the
I
Saints.
think I think he'll throw an interception. And one thing I was thinking about, like while I'm watching the games and stuff like that, like I absolutely hate it whenever we talk about like who we think you should start or who we think you should sit, and then we're just wrong. And
Yeah.
I hate it when I get it wrong, and like I'm like trying to evaluate every little thing to be like, man, why was I not right?
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so many things to consider. I will say I believe our thought process on like how we evaluate players is right, but it's the
Mm.
NFL, and like from week to week, these guys can have pop off performances to just absolute duds. Um, so I don't know. That just eats at me. Like I hate being wrong, and
I,
not like if I'm
I'm the
like
same
wrong on
way.
like one person or something. Like all right, but if I'm wrong on like a lot of stuff, I'm like, oh man, like I hate it. It just gets to me. I just had to say that.
Yeah, no.
So
The one that got to me last week was Sutton, Cortland Sutton, for the Broncos,
yeah,
because we were
yeah,
talking
he's
pretty good
not.
about him, and then he didn't do a damn thing last week, dude. I was like, oh no.
Well, and remember we were debating on neighbors, but I was uneasy with it. Like I know my Cowboys, and I know when you need them the most, they don't show up, and when you don't need them, they fucking perform.
Yep.
And so like having Malik Neighbors, I have him on one of my rosters, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should start him or not. I started him, but it was a battle, and there were a couple questions in the chat about that, and there were other, you know, it looked like there were other better options, and then Russell Wilson just lit up the. It's almost like their game plan was like run a really deep comeback route or just run deep.
Yeah.
Those were like, and I
And,
don't know why the Cowboys didn't adjust. I mean, they finally did. We got a pick in overtime after they threw up 37 points. But
yeah,
like,
after that.
I mean, we don't have Parsons there, so we don't have any pressure on the quarterback. And
Mhm.
yeah, I just every game it's going to be like that for me. But welcome in, Mr. Vengeance. We'll get to the questions here real shortly. Let's go over
That's
the
that is a
Oh,
hell
what
of
were
a
you saying?
question, though. By the way, that's a hell of a question.
Oh, yeah. Um, but let's go over the top 10 performers for fantasy last week, just
Yep.
because there's some shocking ones there, like ones you wouldn't expect that really threw, I don't know, could have won your league or lost your league. I don't think some of the players, even in the top 10, were started. Not very likely. So let's go ahead and
So,
go through those, and then we'll get to some questions, and then we'll start going over the games.
all right, we'll start at 10, and we'll work our way up towards the number one player last week in fantasy.
Wait, let's
Uh,
let's do like the honorable mentions. So start at 11.
oh, okay. Honorable mention. We got two honorable mentions here. I might as well say three. Jamar, or not Jamar, whoops. Lamar Jackson, Drake May both had 26.3 points last week, and Devon A Chain had 26.2. So those are the honorable mentions, just outside of the
Oh,
top 10 in
your
fantasy last week.
your mic's cutting in and out.
Oh no. It's only
Okay.
doing it in Discord. Hold on.
Do the roar.
There we go.
Do the roar. Anytime Drake May is mentioned with Lamar Jackson, and it's a good stat. Like
Yeah.
that's good. He played well. I mean, it was against Miami.
Yeah.
But
Miami's.
still, I mean, still, having a successful week like that that's pretty good. And then, I mean, A Chain up there is no surprise, and Jackson up there is no surprise really.
Yeah. In the top 10, though, number 10, we got James Cook coming in. He's been on fire.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
They've been giving him the ball a lot, honestly, and they've been spreading the ball really well. The Bills look really good. Like they look really good because Josh Allen's playing great, and then James Cook's playing great. He might break his last year. I forget he had like 12 or touchdowns, something like that last year. So he might get over that this year. He's playing really really good. Number
Yeah,
nine,
they've already played their week 3 game, so we got to see them, one extra time already before
yeah, he scored a
before
touchdown in
today's
that as
episode.
well. So
Yeah,
next is Puka for the
yeah, he's having
Rams.
a great. He's Mister. I mean, consistent. If you can say injury free, that's the only thing with him.
Yeah, he
But he's looking
reminds
good.
he reminds me of Cooper Cup, like a younger Cooper Cup in a way, like when he was there and stuff. Like you just super super consistent.
He
Um,
reminds me of Wes Welker.
yeah,
Like
a bigger West
just
Walker.
yeah. Obviously, I'm not talking about like frame wise, but just like his stats, so many targets, so many yards, so many catches. Just kind of Mr. Consistent if he can stay injury free.
Yeah. Shocker here. We have Wandale Robinson for the New York Giants here. There's actually 2 Giants receivers in the top 10, which is kind of crazy. No one would have ever predicted that. There's 3 Giants players in the top 10 alone as well. Um, I don't think anybody kind of predicted Wandale Robinson. It's hard to predict players like him, who aren't like wide receiver one or like big name receivers. So it's hard to predict them to go off and have a really big week like he did, especially for 8 receptions, 142 yards on 10 targets. So I mean, he had a very busy and active day all day. It seemed like so. He was definitely one of Russ's favorite targets. It seems like.
The Giants haven't had a wide receiver 2 for I don't know how many years. 8 years? I don't know. It's been a long time since they've had like an actual number 2 wide receiver. They've gone
Yeah.
through so many wide receivers other than, Neighbors is now there.
He's so
But like
good.
they haven't had a solid duo of receivers for a while now. And yeah, I wouldn't have after seeing Russell Wilson last like week 1
Yeah.
compared to week 2, like I just if he
Night
can
and
if he
day.
can get enough time and just throw a deep ball, Russell Wilson's good.
Yeah. He is one
But
of the
that's
prettiest deep balls in the league. Still.
yeah, that's about that's as far as I'll take it. And like
Yeah.
that played perfect. That's all they had to do against the Cowboys: run really deep, comeback routes, or just go deep. Those were like I don't know 90%. I don't know if not I don't know if it was 90%, but you get what I'm saying. Like that was
Yeah.
the game plan. It seemed like, and it worked almost.
Almost. Yeah.
Almost. We had a secret weapon up our sleeve.
Yeah. Until Russ
It
threw
has
that
a,
pick at the very, very end.
I'll give you a hint. It has to do with a massive leg.
Oh yeah, Aubrey.
Yeah, there you go.
So
And then we got Jonathan
so-
Taylor, who's been
yes.
looking really good this year.
Yeah, I'm really glad I drafted him this year.
Yeah, he's also the same thing, right? Like if he can avoid those ankle injuries, it's really like lower body injuries for him.
If JT's healthy, he's one of the best running backs in the league consistently.
Yeah.
He was the best running back last week, as far as that goes as well. He's seeing the ball a lot, like for running, and he's getting some receptions. Like he had 50 yards receiving and 1 touchdown last week as well, on top of all the rushing yards he had for 165 yards. So he had over 200 scrimmage yards just total, which is crazy by any player. That's just an awesome stat out there alone. He had 20, what is that? 29.5. Sorry, they're all running together over here. Yeah, he looks good. The Colts look really fucking good. Danny Dimes definitely found a home. That's for sure.
He's having a Darnold season.
The Colts, I'm pretty sure they haven't punted yet this year. Still,
That's wild. I think the Saints had that last year. Remember, they went 2-0 and then not. They had like
the
I don't know
Saints-
some stat of like 11 straight touchdown drives or
Yeah.
something to start the year, something crazy, and then injuries, and it just went downhill from there.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the Colts are the only team though in NFL history. I think I was reading the stat that went like because the Saints almost went the full 2 weeks there without having a punt. But I'm pretty sure they had the punt at the end, like week 2 or something last year. I'm pretty sure the Colts are the only team to do that through the first 2 full complete games, which is crazy to think about. I thought the Colts were going to be decent this year, but definitely not as good as what they are right now.
Yeah, definitely not looking like top tier. They're looking
Yeah.
really fantastic.
Yeah, they do look legit. Next is Russell Wilson, though, which is also, I always keep talking about Giants players. Extremely unexpected. Russ cooked. We got to be honest. Russ did cook last week. I still wouldn't get my hopes up from Russell Wilson. So that's
Yeah, same here.
Same
Same here.
There's one game. I'm not saying it's a fluke. Like we all know it's Russ. Like we were talking about, his deep ball is beautiful, but outside of that, he's hard to trust. Next we have Roman Dunze, which he was the only Chicago player up in the top of this list right here. Caleb got him the ball. I think Caleb is figuring out that if he does trust his receivers and gets them the ball, that they're going to make some plays. And that's pretty much what happened with Rome last week.
That game was also a absolute blowout, and they
Yeah.
had the Bears just had to throw the ball like
Yeah.
as much as they could because the Lions brought back the off. We were talking about them last week. We're kind of down on them.
Yeah.
And weren't as high. And then and I thought the Bears defense was like, pretty solid defense, and they
Yeah.
just smacked the ever living fuck out of them.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
there's no more
much.
fuck left in them. I
No.
mean, they just so whenever you have a game like that, it's very easy to like that garbage time, a lot of garbage time where you're trying to catch up, and it's just a lot of fantasy stats there.
Yeah. Rome is also over 30 points. He had 31.8. They're the top six right here that we're going to be going over at the end. The final six people are all 30-plus points scored in fantasy last week as well, which is kind of crazy that many people scored 30-plus.
Yep.
Jared Goff, we were just talking about the Lions offense potentially back here through 5 tutties. He looked like the same Jared Goff from last season. Let's go with that. Jamar Chase. That's another thing I want to talk about too. Once we get to the top of this list, is quarterback injuries, because there's a lot going on with quarterback injuries this week. There's a lot. A lot
of injuries in general,
Yeah.
like that happened in week 2. A lot, like
Yeah.
I mean, week 1, you saw very minimal. Whereas week 2, I mean, you saw a lot of players that are either went on IR, or they're out for at least a couple weeks, or they're going into this week very, very questionable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be curious to see, like, as we get closer to kickoff, like who's gonna be getting played, who's not gonna be playing today, all that stuff. But Jamar Chase, I mean, for having Browning come in, he still had a good day, 14 receptions. He's just one of those receivers that you just throw the ball up, you get the ball in his hands, and he's going to make a play happen no matter what. Both him and T. Higgins, I would consider to be that type of receiver. So that's the one good thing going for Cincinnati, with Joe Burrow being out for a good couple weeks here. Good up the last 2 players. We got,
He's out. He's out a couple months.
yeah,
Isn't he?
yeah. I think it's
not a couple
good
weeks.
couple months. Well, yeah, I guess that's right, Joe. It's like 3 months, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a significant
Yeah.
amount of time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said 3 months. And then 1 and 2, we have Malik Neighbors and Amon-Ra St. Brown. If y'all didn't see Malik Neighbors catch last week in the end zone, go fucking watch that. Like, go watch that.
He's
genuinely one of the best
solid.
catches I've seen in a while. He's just so athletic, dude. Like, he's so good. That was a hell of a catch. But he was targeted 13 times, had 9 receptions for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns for 37.7 points. That's so many.
If y'all do go back and watch that pass, like, watch it in slow-mo, because what they showed, like, on replay, like, with the commentators and all that, was perfect. Like, the defender, like, had his hand over his eyes. Like, he caught that ball essentially blind.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, that was wild.
I'm pulling it up, actually.
Oh, yeah. God, this fucking game. Let's see if
That
it
was
shows-
also a great
shows
pass,
replay.
so.
Yeah, right here. Oh,
This was
look at that.
that one was great. Where's the one where he
Smacked him
got
in the
turned,
eyes.
man?
Oh.
I think it's right here. Yeah, it was this one right here. That's just
Oh, you're talking about
gross.
that one.
Yeah.
He had 2 really good, like, solid. I mean, he might have had even more, but I just
Look at that
those were.
shit. Like,
And Diggs is even punching for the ball too.
yeah, like, it's not like it's bad defense.
Yeah. By the way,
It's
Diggs
just
is
a hell of a catch.
dealing with a knee injury.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then Amon-Ra St. Brown just had a week like he typically would.
Yeah.
This is not a surprising stat for him. Like, this is
Yeah, he's
this is
just very
typical him.
solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing there real quick before we answer questions, I want to talk about all the quarterback play real quick. We got Burrow out for a couple months. Brock Purdy's going to be out here for a little bit. Justin Fields is out. Jaden Daniels is out. There's a couple others I saw. It's like, oh, fuck, it was. I think it was
JJ McCarthy's out.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Yes. It's crazy the amount of injuries that happened last week. There was a question we saw earlier about if we should start Tyrod Taylor or Spencer Radley. That's an interesting position to be in, especially considering both your quarterbacks got hurt like that. That's kind of kind of sucks. I'm gonna be honest. There's not really
Yeah,
another
so
way to put it.
Mr. Vengeance was saying that they play a two quarterback super flex, and
Hmm.
and he has Jaden and Fields, so, so I'm feeling it this week. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that is rough. I will say this though, Spencer Rattler did have 21.68 points last week. He didn't have a bad game. He had no picks and 3 tutties. So, I mean, take it how you want
Uh,
to there. I mean, he was playing a beat up 49ers defense for sure, but
and then
it,
Tyrod Taylor didn't have a bad. He went 7 for 11, 56
yeah,
yards, and he had three rushes for 21 yards. So like, that's the thing with Tyrod Taylor. He has that rushing, um, that rushing aspect that can really has the ceiling go
yeah.
up.
I feel like they can keep a very similar game plan to how they would have Fields was in the game with Tyrod Taylor being their backup because they're similar play style quarterbacks. So that's probably helpful for them as far as
So
that goes of transitioning.
let let's do Dre's question first because
Yeah.
he asked first,
Yep.
and then we'll start going down the line. So we'll
Okay.
start going through questions right now. Once we know what the questions, we'll start evaluating each game, talking about the weather and all that, and then as questions come in, we'll answer them.
Alrighty. So we got the first question is pick two. We got Lad McConkey, AJ Brown, and Debo Samuel. That's a very interesting question this week for multiple different reasons. Eagles have zero passing game whatsoever. I'm sorry if you're an Eagles fan. I'm just going to go all out and say this. Eagles need to not be primetime games the way they are because they're extremely boring to watch. Nobody wants to watch the Eagles run the ball 722 times a game and pass the ball 0 times a game. And it's really, really annoying to watch.
Those are
But
exact numbers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely no
Yeah,
exaggeration, right?
I don't know what's up with their passing this year. Um, I I feel like we're gonna have a week where it comes alive. It's not like I don't know. It's not like who they're playing is like just. I feel like they're shutting down the passing. I don't know what's going on with the passing game. I really
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I'm confused.
It's just like they're just straight up like not using it. Like it's there. Like you have Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, they're just refusing to use him. So I feel bad for AJ Brown owners when it comes to fantasy. As far as like a safe pick for this week on that, I would definitely say go with Vlad because he at least has Justin Herbert this week and he's been getting the ball.
He's been playing well. There's just a
Yeah,
lot of mouths to feed each week,
yeah,
and there's essentially three possible wide receiver ones right now on that team. Like, which one's it going to be this week?
yeah. Herbert's got weapons for sure. McConkey did end up getting a touchdown last week, which is nice for fantasy owners. So he would like definitely be like my lock out of like those three because he's the most consistent in that group. Now, now it's just like, do you trust Marcus Mariota to get the ball to Debo this week, or do you put your faith in the Eagles finally actually having to throw the ball this week? Like Swag was saying, I think there's just going to be a week where eventually they're just going to start chucking that shit. Like, you're going to have to. It's going to come sooner than later. You can't just not pass the ball like the way Jalen Hurts has been going. Like, it's they're almost running Hurts like they're running like a dual running back set back there, dude, with the him and Saquon. It's just obnoxious to watch, personally. What do you think about that one, Swag, though, over Debo or AJ Brown?
Yeah, because I'm with you on McConkey. Oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to look at stats from previous years, just because like he has experience in the NFL. He can throw the ball. He's just not not super consistent. That's why I'm trying to pull up him real quick before I answer this question. Because with like AJ Brown, you wouldn't expect him to go like I didn't even think he'd have multiple weeks where he'd have just duds, but and it's week 2, right? Or it's 2 weeks through the season, like. Not the time to panic. Not the time to just all right, let's time to trade AJ Brown. Most of the time, I usually like to wait till like I don't know, get through 4 weeks or so before you really have a good feel on how the season's going to go. Because
Mm-hmm.
someone like the Bengals, they're a perfect example. Usually, the first 4 weeks of the season, they just throw out they're just not playing, and then all of a sudden they come alive. And if there was one year I traded for Jamar Chase, because I knew like they have a pattern, and that paid off. Made it to the championship that year. Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
had so many injuries like the week before championship Sunday, and that hurt. But
Yeah.
let me look up these Mariota stats real quick.
I'm just looking, always got to be better than Jalen Hurts stats. Jalen Hurts, 0 touchdowns thrown, 0 interceptions. He has 253 yards passing through 2 games. He's thrown for 101 yards and 152 yards. Um, I don't know what the over under is on Jalen Hurts passing yards at Draftkings, but if it's like 200 plus or something like that, definitely pick the under. That is for sure. You might make a couple bucks today off of that. But that's pathetic, honestly. 101 yards passing last week for Jalen Hurts. It's just sad that AJ Brown just not getting the ball. He's not getting used the way he should be getting used. He's a big body receiver. Like they need to give him some one-on-one, some jump balls, everything like that, and just not happening. Um, it's so hard to pick between AJ and Debo.
I want to say that like I want to believe that like the Eagles. It's an obvious. Well, I mean, I guess it's not on maybe on their radar. It's not an issue because they're 2-0, right? So like. So what if our passing game sucks? We're 2-0. Like
Yeah,
doesn't matter what's like now, but as we go on through the season, if teams start loading the box, you're gonna have to pass. It's the NFL. So I want to start saying like, all right, AJ Brown's gonna come alive. Like he's going to pop off soon. I don't know. You're at this point you're trying to figure out when that's gonna happen, and I'm not so sure if the Rams are the team that's gonna happen against.
yeah,
Yet he could be matchup proof. Like he's one of those receivers that it doesn't matter who he goes against. He can have a pop off week.
yeah.
Um, and then the fact that Debo doesn't have his quarterback makes it really difficult. I would lean Debo here just
Same.
because it's just not. But see, like with Wilson last week, it didn't look like that was going to come alive either. And then the Giants, popped off and had 3 top 10 players.
Yeah,
Um, and the Commanders play the Raiders, which they've been a okay defense this year. I think they've allowed like 13 and 19 points or something between the 2 weeks. So I would lean Debo, but you just don't have. I don't think you have as high of a ceiling with Debo. Whereas AJ Brown could get you an absolute pop off game.
yeah,
So uh, if it were me, I'd probably go Lad and Debo, but I don't like that. Like, there's one of those questions I don't like.
yeah.
Like we have those,
I would
and that's about all
also.
I can say on that. I don't really have too much more to put there. I don't. It's hard. That's a hard one.
Yeah, that is a very hard question. I would say like this. I'm the same way as you. I would go Lad and Debo. At the same time, though, I don't want to say something and then AJ Brown like have like his like game where
And
he has like 12 receptions for 200
this
yards,
is
bro. Like,
this is exactly what I hate. Like I hate when there's
oh
something like this, and I'm like, nah, don't go Brown. He's had duds, but at the same time, like it's very possible for him to get 10 catches and
yeah,
132 yards and a touchdown, and Debo to have 2 catches for 20 yards, like
yeah.
and 3 rushes for 10 yards. Yeah, I don't know.
It's one of those things
I,
where he's got to start getting the ball. I mean, his past 3 seasons with Philly, he's got 1,000 plus yards receiving. So like he's got to start getting the ball sooner than later. So if you want to take the chance,
yeah.
and yeah, it's all just a chance really. If you want more consistency, I go with Debo. If you want to take the chance of having AJ Brown having a good game, because it's hard to sit a player of his like caliber of play style and
Caliber,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's really hard to sit someone like him, but it's God damn it, I hate this question. But I would go Debo and Lad, but AJ Brown's also not a bad pick, obviously. Here, it just depends if
So,
you're willing to risk it or not.
so Mariota's not a bad quarterback. He's had like last year he played 2 games. He had really good stats, really high completion percentage. Now it's 2 games. A couple years before that, I don't think he played the year before that very much. And then in like 22, he had like I don't know. He started about 10 games. His highest passing yards was like 250 something. So don't expect him to knock your socks off, but he can get the ball to Debo.
Yeah,
Um, so it's not far fetched to say that Debo could have a decent day.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
let's move on. Let's move
Yeah,
on to
let's go to the next
another
question.
hard question.
Yeah. So, do we start Tyrod Taylor or do we start Spencer Rattler? Holy shit. Um,
I know my answer here.
I think I know my answer, but I want to let you answer first.
So the Saints are playing the Seahawks at Seattle, which is going to be a difficult, very difficult.
Yeah,
Um,
12th man.
yeah, 12, that stadium, the communication, like, there's no verbal communication there.
No, that's
um,
it's a really cool stadium. The way they designed it for like sound, like to like reflect and shit like that. It's actually an awesome stadium. It's hard to play in.
I think like these newer stadiums, I'm like, why the fuck don't they design them like that? Like, if I had a stadium, I want it to be loud as fuck and hard for another team to come in,
Yeah,
and play.
exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, I
Um,
digress. I like Tyrod here because
Same.
of his rushing possibilities, and also the fact that the Saints are playing the Seahawks, and I just don't think there's going to be a lot of offense for the Saints. And
The
Rattler has started to look better. Like it looks like he's starting to turn a corner. If you've watched his games,
yeah,
he's starting to just be more consistent, better throws. Still young, still has improvement. But that's a rough environment to play in.
yep,
And even though the Jets are playing the Bucks, I do think the Jets are going to have to put up some offense to stay with the Bucks for this game because the Jets
yeah,
defense it looked good on paper. Like I thought they were going to be really solid
yeah,
again, like last year, and they've allowed a lot of points.
yeah.
So
That's how I
yeah,
feel. I feel the same exact way. The other thing I look at too is I look at it as Spencer Rattler's more likely to throw an interception in Seattle than I think Tyrod, who's a veteran. I think he's more likely to take care of the ball because he's been around for a while. Honestly, he's been around for a good bit, really. So I think Tyrod Taylor is more likely to take care of your ball for you there. So I definitely go Tyrod as well.
yeah.
All right. Are you officially on the Danny Dimes train? Damn right. The MVP arc is loading.
Ah, here we go.
Let's go.
Oh shit. For me,
Shit. Oh my god. This next question's
I
crazy.
am, I am, I'm not. Like I said, I feel like this is like if we didn't see what Darnold did last year, I would be like way more shocked. But new team, new environment. Um, he had been in New York his entire career, and now he goes to Indy, and he's doing good. Maybe it was the Giants organization, and he
Yeah.
didn't. He's been able to have good weeks before and put multiple weeks together. Let's see him get like 8 weeks into the season, and let's see
Yeah.
how he handles things. That's what I want to see. I'm not. I think he's going to keep playing well. I'm not. I have a foot on the hype train. I'm not
Yeah.
fully on, but I'm considering it. I'm like, all right. So let's see him get through some more games before we go off on Danny Dimes. But hey,
Yeah.
they look good.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of on the hype train. I'll be the conductor. I'll be the conductor of that hype train, dude, because he looks damn good. Um, Another question is: should I trade Jamar Chase for CD Lamb? My quick and definite answer is hell no. Do not do that.
No,
No,
no.
do not do that. Not yet, especially at least. I understand Burrow's down, but Chase is just a very high caliber of player, and Browning's also he's familiar with these guys. Browning's been in this situation before where he's had to throw the ball to these same exact receivers in years prior. So it's not like it's like a new quarterback coming in out of nowhere that they don't know. Like they're familiar with one another. Browning, the thing of him is he throws a lot of interceptions, but he can also throw some good balls and stuff as well. So that being said, I trust Jamar on like there's one on ones or there's deep balls and stuff like that. I'm still taking Jamar every single day of the week on that.
And I understand like sometimes you want to get the most bang for your buck, and seeing it before seeing Chase play with Browning. I mean, this isn't like something that hasn't happened before. Like Trick was saying, this is a familiar connection. It's not the first time that he's had to come in. Um, and you want to get the most bang for your buck. But I would not trade Chase for CD right now.
Yeah, no way,
That's
no.
hard to say because like let's say you get 2 weeks later and you're like, oh man, I could have made that trade. At the same time, this is a situation where it's not like you have a um, like Browning can get the ball to him, but he
Yeah,
does throw interceptions. And I don't. I'm trying to like maybe that could be a good thing because it'll keep the game close. So they'll have to pass the ball. It won't just be a blowout or even if they go down early, that kind of helps you because then they're just going to keep passing the ball and that's more options for Chase. Um, so that's kind of how I see it.
yeah. Same exact way here. Hit up this next one as well. Hey, dudes. I need help on who to start as my flex. I was thinking Jacoby Myers, but I also have Cortland Sutton and Lad McConkey. That's a very good
But
problem to have.
by the way, real quick, if this is your first time here, you like what you see, go ahead and give us a follow. Also, activate your notifications. We go live lately it's been like, 2 hours and 45 minutes before kickoff, but we go
Yeah.
live 3 hours before kickoff every Sunday. We hit 100 followers last week. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And if you like us more, or we help you win a bet or whatever, can sub to the channel, support the channel a little more. Just gotta
Yeah.
throw that in there. We love y'all being here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm so excited. We got 2 more hours for kickoff. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. Much appreciated. But yeah, this is a very good problem to have here. Jacoby Myers, Cortland Sutton, or Lad McConkey. That just all comes down to matchup, really. You get the Raiders playing the Commanders this week for Jacoby Myers, Cortland Sutton. The Broncos are playing. Are the Broncos playing?
Chargers.
The Chargers.
That's a rough matchup.
That is a hard matchup. So maybe we fade Cortland here. Same thing with McConkey. He does have a rough matchup. It's so hard to take either of those players out of the equation because they're both so consistent. All right, I'll put it this way: Cortland Sutton is probably a set for me this week because one, he's got a hard matchup because the Chargers secondary is decent, and two, the past couple of weeks and this is even going back to last season is Cortland the number one wide receiver there? Yes, he is. Yes, he is the best receiver in Denver, but Bo Nix is really, really, really good at spreading the ball around. Really fucking good at spreading the ball around. If you look at stat sheets from their games, there will be 10 people that caught a ball that game or something like that. For a lot of these games.
Franklin right now is having a great season.
Yeah, Troy Franklin's having an amazing season so far. And there's the other couple receivers there that get the ball 3-4 times a game and stuff too, dude. So they're a very spread offense. And now that they have a good run game as well, with Harvey and stuff, and J.K. Dobbins, yeah, they've both been playing very well as well. So, it's really hard. There's so many weapons on that offense. Even if they're not big name weapons like Cortland Sutton and everything, there's a lot of names that you don't hear week to week, right? That are stepping up and making plays for Denver's offense every week, especially in the receiver / tight end position.
So I feel like this Sutton situation is very similar to AJ Brown right now. Last year, starting week 7, week 8, and on, Sutton was almost matchup proof. It didn't matter who they played. He threw up good stats, and he was a wide receiver 1 and even a top 5 wide receiver for the last half of the year. Whereas this year, we have not seen that yet. And I imagine we will. I don't know if this is the matchup. I am surprised at this total over-under. It's 45.5. That's at least what I show on ESPN.
For what game is it?
The Broncos-Chargers.
Okay.
I'm a little surprised that that's as high as it is, although those are two, I feel like those are two good offenses against two good defenses. It's just hard. I think Lad is going to get you stats, whereas Sutton's one of those high ceiling and low floor. He could throw up a dud or he could pop off. I like Jacoby. I think that's when you're easier. When you're working through this here, all three of those receivers can have a pop off week, right? And this is what I
Yeah.
hate. Like last week when we had a question like this and I was evaluating it, and I hate getting it wrong.
Yeah.
So I just try to throw out like, all right, here's what could happen. Here's how the game script could go. Let's look at the weather, which we haven't done yet. Um, so that's what I kind of have to say. As far as Sutton or Ladd, I don't know which one of the two you take because those are both tough matchups.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ladd for consistency. Um, I like Sutton for ceiling. So
I feel the
that's what it's
exact
going to
same
depend
way.
on.
I
Yeah,
feel like legit the exact same way.
yeah.
I think Jacoby Myers might be your best bet with that, but also if I had to second guess, I would probably pick McConkey. Like Cortland's probably the one I definitely would say no to this week, but definitely McConkey or Jacoby Myers. I would probably pick Myers, but that's just the best judgment right there.
Yeah, and it's if, as far as anything past that, it's just hard. It really because all three of those are great receivers. Like they put up good stats most weeks,
Yeah,
and it's just a matter of time before um, Keenan Allen gets hurt. It's only a matter of time. It's almost like an inevitable thing. Keenan Allen gets hurt every single season.
yeah,
He's old, Grandpa Allen right now. So let's see how long he can last. And if you happen to put Ladd in that game where he does get hurt, I mean Ladd's gonna get the ball a lot. I'm surprised Quentin Johnson has got as much consistency as he has. We're only 2 weeks into the season, but
yeah,
I mean, he put up back-to-back solid weeks where I thought he would fall off.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
those three together, that's a deadly wide receiver trio right there. They can go a long way with that group. That is for sure.
by the way, guys, y'all are more than welcome to like in chat, disagree with us, agree, each other.
Yeah,
Bets y'all think are good, all that stuff. There's nothing really that's, as long as just don't be a dick. That's pretty much it. Just don't be a dick. That's about it. But yeah. Feel free, talk to each other and all that. Get to know each other. We all love
yeah,
football here. That's why we're here. So
yeah. All
if he
right.
goes fly with some
So,
air game. Yeah, what's up,
what's up,
Chauncey?
Chauncey? How you doing, baby?
We and her.
We and her.
Yeah.
Should I
Should I
start?
start
Let's say Ted
McMillan?
McMillan or George Pickens today, full PPR. Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good question. All
yeah,
right.
that is a good question.
Let's see.
Uh,
McMillan's been getting the ball more. I will say this about the Panthers is the second half of the Cardinals game, their offense started to click last week against the Cardinals. So the Cardinals were up big on them. They kind of got them down low, like whatever, everything. But the Panthers were starting to come back, and McMillan was definitely starting to get the ball more and more. So that's that. I like McMillan. I think he's a really good receiver. But it's just a matter if Bryce Young can actually get him the ball. They're playing Atlanta today, and then who are the Cowboys playing today? Swag.
the Bears. The Bears.
The Bears. Well, um, God, the Bears fucking suck. I'm sorry.
Fuck them up.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
Connor. But they're just so bad. The Bears are the Browns to me at this point. They're the Browns of the NFC. They just can't get it going, no matter how hard they try. Um,
It's
I
like, oh look, they're trying. How cute.
I, lo-
Like,
I, I love how much like the NFL loves the Bears and like wants them to be really good, but they just like still like are not good, bro. like they're giving them so many opportunities to prove themselves on like prime time or like bigger games and shit like that, and they just can't prove themselves to anybody. Um,
oh,
I was gonna say
for
go.
me, I think I like Pickens today
Yeah, I
because
like Pickens more,
this
but
the Cowboys Bears game is supposed to be a very high scoring game. It has the highest over under, which that is just like a general like, all right, this looks to be a high offensive game. I don't take that for what it's not going to be exactly 15 and a half. Um, but the Cowboys defense is not that great. The Bears defense is not that great. I'm gonna say it now. Yeah, I thought they were respectable before last week, and then last week I
Yeah.
no,
No.
what is going on?
52.
This is shocking to me. And I just if I were the Bears, man, I would be double teaming CD. I would make you beat like make Pickens beat you.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. And there's just so
It's
like there are I don't know. I think they could. I think both these guys could have a similar week, but with just how much offense can be generated in this game. And Dak looks
yeah.
good. Like Dak looks really good. His throws
Yeah.
are accurate. He's not missing. He's running the ball. I saw him run last week like he was running before he broke his leg. First time I've seen him run like he ran before he broke his leg since he did that.
Yeah.
Because he's ran not scared but timid, and like he doesn't want to hurt himself again. Um,
Yeah,
so
his confidence looks fully there right now. Like he is playing really good. It sucks that he's in the situation that he's in with the defense not really being there for them because honestly the Cowboys offense looks pretty fucking damn good. And also
yeah, all around,
Javante
all around.
Williams looks very good. Very, very good. Thank you for the
I believe
follow.
I believe he's a top five running back right now for
Yeah.
fantasy wise.
He's like
Or
a
through the week.
he's like a touchdown lock, especially this week. Like it's another thing if you want to talk like parlays or anything. Like
Yeah,
I would definitely
he's
put Javante in my parlay this week to get a touchdown. That is
he's
for
running back
sure.
4 right now, the fourth highest scoring running back.
Hell yeah, he's plus 100 to score anytime tutty. I mean, hell yeah, take that shit every single fucking day. Take that right now. Um,
Yeah.
so
So
as I said,
I
we kind
think
of got sidetracked, but
I think both are pretty decent options here.
yeah,
McMillan and Pickens. I just like Pickens just because of just what you know. I think there's very good touchdown opportunities there. Multiple
yeah.
touchdown opportunities.
I think the Cowboys are scoring at least 30 something points today. I think the Cowboys are going to put up a shitload of points. And that being said, it's going to get spread if there's going to be that many points being scored. So, Javante might get a tutty or two, but then at that point you can get a CD tutty or a Pickens tutty. It's all really a toss up from there. I like GP today personally in that matchup, like you were saying. The Bears just aren't it. They're not going to be it. I'm pretty convinced some of my Bears suck right now. That's how I'm feeling about that. All right, let's see what else is next here. Thoughts on my team. We got Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Jamar. Oh wait, no, sorry, I saw Chase. Whoops. Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Chase Brown, McConkey, Sutton, Javante Williams, Sam Laporta, the Falcons defense, and Aubrey as your kicker. Damn! Holy shit!
Max, didn't you ask this last week? I feel like you asked this last week. I might be wrong. It seems like everyone who comes in and asks that question, their team is typically loaded.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, the last, so far, I haven't been like, oh man, your team that's rough. Every time
Okay.
someone comes in and shows their starters, it's like, oh, that's a pretty good team. Let's see.
Facts. Yeah.
That
Um.
is that's a 10-man. I'm pretty sure it's a 10-man league. But yeah, that's a pretty stacked team. They asked how many games before you believe the MVP team down. He said 78 years after. Oh fuck, that's great, Chauncey.
I think
Oh man.
you have a very stacked team, Mags, and the real question is obviously you keep Saquon in. You always got to start Saquon, but do you maybe at that situation, dude? I would like personally this week. I would start Javante, Chase, and Barkley. I maybe take out a wide receiver or something like that, like Sutton, and put Javante
Yeah.
in his role for the flex spot because I like all three running backs this week. I don't want to take Chase Brown out because with Burrow being out, they're probably going to be running the ball at least a little bit more, So he's definitely going to be getting his touches, that's for sure. And Chase Brown could have a pop-off game too. So it just depends. He's definitely proven himself, especially over last year. The course of last year, he played really good. And we know he's a good running back. So I would think about maybe taking out like Sutton or someone like that and put Javante Williams in there because Javante's probably going to get you at least a tutty today.
And Aubrey will make a 70-yarder this year. It's going to happen. You heard it here.
So I keep saying that.
It is going to happen. And maybe not even just Aubrey. I think two kickers. So maybe not two kickers get 70 plus, but I think two kickers will break the current record for this year
Yeah.
for kicking
I
distance.
think Chris Boswell is
That's
another
the
one of those kickers you got to talk about too, because Boswell, he had a 64-yard field goal or something like that the other
And
week.
it was good. Like it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that would have been another one that would have been good from 70 plus. So there's just, and you got Little down in Jacksonville. That dude's got a hell of a leg.
Yeah.
He's got a hell of a leg for sure. But yeah, maybe think about taking Sutton out, Max, and putting Javante in there.
Hey, we're seeing McConkey and Sutton and Debo in a lot of questions today, which
Yeah.
makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Tough matchups and a different quarterback. So
We got Lad McConkey, Mike Evans, or Debo Samuel, bench one. It's always
definitely don't bench
I was
Evans.
gonna say it's always so hard to bench Mike Evans because of how consistent he could be in fantasy week or fantasy football. Like he's been like, I feel like it's been like 10 years where I've like had him in my fantasy squad or something like that, and he just is so consistent. He's always been so damn consistent. So never take Mike Evans out.
Luka's dealing with an injury, or like he's working through an injury.
Yeah,
So he's not like 100%, but
yeah,
I think he is playing today.
Luka looks damn good too, dude. Like,
Yeah, he does.
He looks damn good.
And guess who's possibly coming back next week? They said it's a good possibility that what's his face comes back next week. The other receiver,
Chris Godwin.
Yeah, Godwin. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, they're going to be disgusting with those three receivers on the field at the same exact time. That's not fair. Holy
That's
shit.
not fair. Yeah.
Especially with Baker slinging the ball back there.
I would
definitely start Evans. And it's just like another one of those questions, like Debo McConkey. It's like Cortland McConkey and stuff too. Like McConkey's consistent, right? But which receiver's going to get the ball the most today? And for the Chargers. And then the whole thing on Debo is like, I would say go Debo, right? But you don't know because of Marcus Mariota. I'd probably stay with McConkey on that one, but
yeah, same.
I also understand the Debo. So
I would lean McConkey just because even though there's like what receiver's going to get the ball, he still could throw up 5 catches, 50 to 60 yards. He could get you double digit points or really close to it. Whereas Debo, it very well, what kind of Mariota are we going to see? We can get him the ball, but are they going to run heavy that game? And whenever Mariota goes to throw, is he going to throw or is he going to run? Like, they get on the goal line and, he rolls out. Maybe he runs the ball in instead of throw because, he has the legs. So,
yeah, agreed.
It's one of those that, like, I'm leaning McConkey. Debo's, is a possible flex option at this point. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Okay. Chauncey with the question. Oh God, this is a easy answer I think so far. Calvin Austin, Jalen Naylor, or Travis Hunter? Definitely Travis Hunter. He's the only receiver there who's like a bigger receiver. Calvin Austin, as a Steelers fan, I'll tell you right now, there's way too many options for Rodgers to throw the ball to. Austin can get you 0 points, or Austin can get you like 20 points. It just depends. He's definitely like our deep ball threat for the most part.
I was gonna say he can hit a 70-yard one catch 70-yard touchdown, and that's his only catch.
Yeah. Calvin Austin could be there. I mean, save with Jalen Naylor and stuff. Like he could, have a good game too. But I think if you're going for like the best overall, I definitely pick Travis Hunter there because Hunter has been getting the ball. Like
I don't like Jalen Naylor because they got Carson Wentz throwing to him. I think is a backup for Minnesota, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So right, yeah. Jalen Naylor is on the Vikings. Pretty sure.
Yes.
And I would either go Calvin Austin or Travis Hunter. I mean, not Calvin Austin. I think I would go Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Like 100% on Travis Hunter right there.
it seems to be a smarter option. However, like we said, Calvin Austin could get that long ball. Jalen Naylor, I just don't like with Carson Wentz in there, and then the Vikings just not looking very good. Although someone I do like for the Vikings, is Mason. Um,
Yeah, Jordan Mason. Yeah, true. Because
yeah, Jordan Mason.
AJ got hurt, right? Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Aaron Jones
Yeah,
got it. He's on IR, I believe.
yeah. So
So,
whoever had like
which
a lot of
I mean, I called it.
yeah,
I
you
figured this was
legit
going to
called
happen.
that. Yeah, you did
This
call
is
that.
exactly how I saw it playing out. Um,
I can
but
confirm that
yeah,
you did pretty much all exactly call that's like the T. You literally said like there's going to
yeah.
be a couple weeks played, and Aaron Jones is either going to get hurt or Mason's going to take a spot over, and he got hurt.
It
So
both kind of happened. Like Jordan Mason has outplayed him. Now Aaron Jones got a touchdown, but if you watch the games, Mason has outplayed him.
yeah,
Like week one, they were not able to get any yards rushing, and Mason came in, I think on the third drive or so, and had like three consistent, like good, like 7 to 8 yard runs or something like that. And it's just kind of been like that. Week one and week two, he just was out, um, outperforming, outperforming him.
yeah. Alrighty here. Let's see what we got.
They're saying no to Sutton. Who should I replace him with? I have Hollywood, Josh Downs, Renfro, and Tillman.
Uh, so all right, let's put it this way too, Max. We're saying so your team has Javante Williams, doesn't it not? I would say in a flex spot, if you have Javante on your bench, maybe start Javante in that flex position this week for Sutton. That's kind of like what I was getting at. I'm not saying
Yeah.
replace Sutton for another receiver because I think I would still pick Sutton over all those other receivers you have available. But
Um, I
maybe,
might pick
maybe,
Hollywood.
maybe because of their situation, yes. Hunter Renfro also had a really good week last week too. So
I wouldn't say he's gonna have every week like that.
no, yeah,
That's
that's what
like,
McMillan and other receivers to get down there and stuff. So that's just yeah, that's not going to happen every week. Same with Cedric Tillman. That's a toss up. Josh Downs is a toss up between him and Michael Pittman, who's going to have the best game that day. I still don't know who the fucking wide receiver one is in Indiana. I mean, I know it's Michael Pittman, but like at the same time, like I feel like him and Josh Downs are so close to one another as far as that
yeah.
goes.
Well, and
Um,
Pittman tends to get hurt more, so like
yeah,
he's usually not playing at 100%, and so Downs will come in and like, you know, have equal or better stats.
yeah.
Quite a few weeks, and so you're like, oh, who's wide receiver one? You know,
Holy shit.
oh, Jawan Jennings will not play today.
Oh,
Mac Jones interception, lock it in. I
I
said it last
got
week, but this week there's no way he's going to go multiple weeks without an interception. No way. Anyway, sorry,
no,
I got distracted.
All
But yeah,
right.
I agree with you there. I wouldn't replace him for one of those wide receivers. Maybe Hollywood, but I
Maybe,
would
yeah.
with Devontae Williams, put him in as your flex.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like that play. I have another question from my other league. Joe Burrow is obviously out, yes. And my options are pretty slim. I was wondering what quarterbacks maybe I could trade for, or maybe some quarterback I could pick up off waiver for context. I could pick up Aaron Rodgers, CJ Stroud, Russell Wilson, some others around that tier from the waiver. If look and see if Daniel Jones is available. That's a
Yeah,
good
I actually picked him up in one of my leagues.
yeah.
I
If
picked Daniel Jones up.
I know he's kind of like a hot commodity right now. People are starting to pick him up left and right, depending on the fantasy league that you're in. Look for Daniel Jones, see if he's there. It sucks that Burrow's out because he's not just going to be out for a week or two. Burrow's going to be out for a good bit of time. So you're going to need a little bit of a permanent replacement. It might be too late to trade this week before the games start here, considering we only have an hour and a half till the games start.
And usually there's a 24-hour period where they can vote on vetoing
Yeah,
the trade. So
it sounds like you might have to go with a free agent this week. If that's the case, I don't think any of those quarterbacks are bad options for like a week, just like a fill in this week to figure out like what you want to do as far as like trade goes and stuff like that. That's going to be very matchup dependent to me. Like Aaron Rodgers to me, he's been playing really good. Last week he had like two interceptions that he like forced, especially the last one of the game, just forced. It was pretty all but like an arm punt, honestly. So, but outside of that, Rodgers has actually been playing pretty damn good for Pittsburgh. The biggest problem for Pittsburgh is our defense, which I thought was
Which is
going to be the
wild. That's
which
fucking wild to say.
yeah, because we're stacked. That being said, I expect a completely different defense from the Steelers today. Our first round draft pick, Derek Harmon's playing. We got JPJ, Joey Porter Jr. back today. So I think we'll be fine. Our secondary is going to look a lot better today. That being said, that's another thing. CJ, who do the Texans play? CJ's just like I still really like CJ Stroud. I still do. I think he's a good quarterback. Now, what the hell happened from his first year to where we are now? I don't know. I have no idea. He doesn't have Tank Dell anymore, I guess. That's the problem. But Nico has still been having a good year quietly. CJ obviously not a bad answer there. Russ isn't going to do what he did last week every single week. That's for sure. No one
Yeah,
expected
Russ. I feel like
Russell
if you
Wilson
go
to
Russ,
throw for
your heart's
40.
gonna get broken.
Yeah, they're
Wait till he
also
throws 4 fucking interceptions
yeah.
or some shit.
The Giants and the Chiefs are the Sunday night game, which is a weird Sunday night game. But yeah, I definitely steer away from Russ there. I probably lean more towards Rodgers or CJ there. I probably pick Rodgers honestly for this
Or
week.
I like maybe someone like Stafford if he's available. That might be an option. Um, I don't know if he's available, but he's available in our like 14 league PPR, so I imagine he's available in yours. Maybe Stafford, someone who you might want to look at picking up.
Yeah,
Um,
Stafford be a good
I
one.
would I would like that. Maybe maybe Bryce Young. I don't know if he's available. I'm just trying to like at this point you're kind of looking for someone who can throw you up about like 20 points. That's
Yeah,
kind of what you're if you can find a quarterback that throws you up like 20 points or even more. That's kind of what you're looking at, and what you might have to do is just play the waiver wire week to week with your quarterback, which is
yeah,
an option. At this point, I mean, it's not. And as you get a couple weeks down the road, you'll start to know like, all right, how are things looking, and then do you have players on your bench that you can give up to go after a quarterback? And that's really the thing is if you're willing to
yeah,
give up that depth, or if you even have that depth, that might not be an option.
yeah. It just depends. Like maybe look at Sam Darnold possibly if he's there. He played pretty good against Pittsburgh last week. Um, I would definitely, if Sam Darnold's there, like actually go get Sam Darnold because they're playing the Saints this week. He's got a really good matchup.
And then
Um,
Arizona next week too,
yeah. So
and then Jacksonville 2 weeks after Arizona.
okay.
So
So maybe
those are
get
pretty
Darnold and
decent
hang on
matchups.
to him for a couple weeks here as he has these good matchups coming his way.
Yeah.
If he's available, I know every league's going to be different and stuff for some of these quarterbacks. Like Darnold's a quarterback that like very well could be rostered or not be rostered. There's a couple like that too. Two is actually unrostered on our league now, which is not really a surprise. But let's go on to the next one. Detroit is oh my god, Detroit is just that good, boys. All right, I'll put it this way: I don't think the Lions are bad. I just don't think the Lions are what the Lions were last year. I'll put it that way. I want to see the Lions put up a lot of points more than just 1 week. I'll put it that way. I do think the Lions are better than I gave them credit for, though. 100%. Agbuka versus the Jets or Zay Flowers versus Detroit at your flex. I like Agbuka depending on the injury situation. Let's see. He is questionable. He will play, but he could be limited on Sunday. It's a hip/groin injury, which is a pain in the ass. Just a very nagging injury, a very very nagging injury. That could be one of those injuries that hangs around for a little bit if he doesn't nip it in the butt right away.
I think I like Zay Flowers here.
Yeah. If
but it's close.
yeah, it's close. If Egbuka wasn't hurt and if it didn't say could be limited, then I would 100% say go Egbuka because he's had an amazing start to his season. 3 touchdowns in the first 2 games. That's amazing.
From a rook.
Yeah, from a rook at that. Yeah, true.
But the Lions
But
Ravens
Zay,
game, 53.5 on the over under.
yeah,
Like that's great. That should be a very, very high. We say that and then watch. It's like it's gonna be like, I don't know, 10-3 at halftime.
yeah, probably. But no, I think that Ravens and Lions game is going to be extremely high scoring. Zay's going to get the ball, and something I've been noticing too is DeAndre Hopkins is the biggest blessing that the Ravens have ever seen in their entire fucking life, for multiple reasons. One, Hopkins still has it a little bit, right? Like he's a good, consistent receiver, even though he's a little bit older. But he has taken an immense pressure off of Zay Flowers this year that allows Zay Flowers to do more. I feel like now that they actually have, Bateman, they got Hopkins, and they got Flowers. This is probably the best receiving crew Lamar Jackson's ever played with in his life. He never really had a great receiver outside of like Zay Flowers prior to him or anything like that. And then I don't know. Yeah, Zay's having a good year this year too. So I would agree. I go Zay just because Egbuka's hurt too, and he could be limited. But that's a close call. If you want to take the chance on Egbuka, I get it, but I steer Zay for sure.
Yeah, Zay's having a good season, and he should continue. I could see him. He should throw up 20+ points in this game.
Yeah,
he should.
I agree.
And like I'm very shocked that Henry had like what 2 fantasy points last week, 3 fantasy points.
Yeah,
That's something crazy. Like that was shocking to me.
They completely stopped Derrick Henry last week. Like completely stopped him.
Yeah, but not the passing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't stop both sides of Baltimore's offense. I think we can all agree that Baltimore probably has the scariest and the best offense in the NFL. Like, it's insane. The only thing that's not scary about Baltimore's offense is Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews fucking sucks. He needs to go to catching school.
Man, I have heard like people are dogging him, and I understand why.
Oh, yeah,
they are dogging him. He got hands like feet.
He's got clocks for hands, dude. Fuck, man. I mean, that's just ass. Like, yeah. I say unlikely, for sure. Not Mark Andrews. I don't think they're saying no to Sutton. It's just a tough matchup. In my opinion, I would keep him starting up to those other guys. Hey, there we go. That's the conversation we want. Or you say Sutton's too consistent, but Sutton was awful last week.
In the week before he didn't.
Yeah,
he hasn't had a good week yet. Last year he that's what we're waiting for.
He had a good week one, but
last year after week 7 or 8 he was a wide receiver 1 every single week.
Yeah,
and we're just waiting to find that back, and I think he'll get there again. I think it's only a matter of time. So don't sit him don't just get in the pattern of sitting him. He's going to pop off. He will.
Oh yeah,
it's his win.
Yeah, I agree. The one game might be not this week, but the week after when they play Cincinnati at home. That's most likely a game you're going to see Cortland Sutton pop the fuck off because Cincinnati's defense is arguably the worst in the NFL. But yeah, he is. I agree. He is consistent, but like what Swag said, he needs to get a rhythm down first. 18 points his first week, and then down to 1 point his second week. So
week 1.
Yeah, I mean week 1 was good.
Lower.
Week 2 was awful. So we know his floor, we know his ceiling so far. His ceiling's pretty high, but his floor is pretty damn low as well because of all the people that are getting the ball in Denver. Like I said, go look at the Denver Broncos stat sheet, and you'll see, even going back to last year, that Bo Nix is one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the league at spreading the ball around to legit everybody. Everybody gets a touch, bro. Like, they are almost wide receiver by, like, committee almost over there. Cortland, like I said earlier, obviously he's the best receiver. Obviously he's their number 1. There's no doubt about that. He's by far probably the most skilled receiver they have. But at the same time, they have a lot of other options there too for Bo Nix to get the ball. So that's the thing with him. But maybe sit him this week. Next week against Cincy, I like him though. And I agree that Mike Evans is due for a touchdown. This might be the week we get a Mike Evans touchdown
Yeah.
too, because like Buka's going to be playing unlimited time. It says so. This might be the week to get that in for a parlay. Start one. Whew, I already know my answer. Ricky Pearsall, Hollywood Brown, or J.K. Dobbins. I am 1,000,000% with Ricky Pearsall because he is still getting the ball. I know the whole Mac Jones situation there, but Mac Jones doesn't really have many other people to throw the ball to right now. Ayuk's still not there. Jawan Jennings is out. Kittle's out. Like, who the hell is getting the ball? So, personally, I have Ricky Pearsall in my fantasy lineup. I was huge on him coming into the year. Last week he only had 9 points. The week before he had 14. So I would look for Pearsall just to get you like 15 points this week, something like that. Nothing crazy. A ceiling could be higher for other players. I just think Ricky's probably the most consistent out of that group. But Swag, what are you thinking? I know you might think a little differently here.
Either Pearsall. Well, man, actually, I'm leaning Pearsall or Hollywood, and I gotta admit, for whatever reasons, I am not. I can't go with Dobbins on a lot of things, and whenever I say that, like last year, he did really well,
Yeah.
and this year so far, he's done very well. Um, I I don't know what my hangup is about him. I have no clue. I don't know why. But we just saw the Giants get absolutely torched by the Cowboys, and I think Hollywood could have an absolute pop-off game here. Pearsall, I don't think his ceiling is as high as Hollywood, and Dobbins is in a timeshare right now. So I think I would go Hollywood for this. Mac Jones looked pretty good last week. I expect Pearsall to have decent numbers, but I think I like Hollywood here.
Yeah. I can.
So
I think it's a good situation to be in. That's for sure.
real quick.
I think. Good.
This isn't exactly related to this, but I did want to go over a couple weather things because these could potentially influence how you view things. So there's 5 games that have some type of maybe minor weather. So Indy, Tennessee, Storm Complex looks like it's going to miss Nashville just a hair north. Certainly not close enough. They'll want to do radar check before pregame, but my current expectation is close but dry. Green Bay, Cleveland, rain likely holds off until after game. Winds are 10 miles per hour sustained, gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour. That usually isn't enough to impact the play. Usually, if you get like 15 to 20 sustained, that's usually when you start seeing something, but that's not too big of a deal. Houston, Jacksonville, same thing. Winds between 10 to 15, gusting around 20. Same thing. New Orleans Saints and Seattle, some rain around, sure, but the rain here tends to be fairly light, so if you do see rain, I don't think it'll impact the play. Dallas and Chicago, a few spotty downpours around. Maybe one of those downpours ends up over the stadium. We see some brief heavy rain, but it won't be all game. Likely all the heavy stuff misses, then maybe a stray shower or something.
Yeah. Plus in Seattle too, like it's just a very rainy area as well. So
I
feel like Seattle is almost like Florida. Like there's always that chance for like rain and stuff in that sense. So it doesn't look like the weather's going to affect anything too crazy today. Just maybe a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, something like that over some of these games, but that's about it. But most of the games look perfect, dude. It's a good football weather today. It's
not as good as last week, but not
like
it doesn't look like any of the games are going to be significantly impacted. Maybe 1 or 2, maybe.
Yeah,
it's a big maybe.
Yep, agreed. Okay, let's keep going through here. Like we were talking about that question. I don't know. Like Swag said, I think Hollywood Brown has a higher ceiling than Ricky Pearsall, but Pearsall is like legit like one of their only like options right now. So maybe Pearsall gets double teamed out the ass and they make Mac Jones throw to a lot of either no name players that we don't really talk about too much fantasy wise, or maybe Ricky Pearsall does pop the puck off today. There's a chance for both those to happen. Like I said, I like Ricky. Ricky's also in my lineup, so I might be a little bit biased towards Ricky, but because I was pretty big on him coming into the season, knowing the injuries that the Niners had already going into the season and other stuff like that, and then it just keeps adding on. So I think both Pearsall and Hollywood Brown are good options there. I do like Dobbins too, but the thing is like what Swag said, he's like kind of like running back by the committee right now. Is he getting the majority of touches? Yes, but when is that going to change? And when is Harvey going to start taking over more? Because it's going to happen. We all know Harvey's a beast, so it's just a matter of time till Harvey starts really splitting it and like 50-50 with him and stuff, and then both of their fantasy values are actually going to go down for a little bit because of that, because of how much they're splitting. But once we get like a for sure like answer who's going to be the RB1, which right now is Dobbins, I get that, but that's subject to change as well. Alrighty, here we are starting to catch up on our questions, which is good. All right, start Hollywood
This is
Brown.
great though. Love this.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown's like one of those things where he has a high ceiling, but like a low floor, type of thing. They're kind of like the Niners right now. Like I'm big on Pearsall because the Niners have a lot of injuries. The same way that you could be big on Hollywood Brown because the Chiefs have a lot of injuries. They don't have Rashid Rice still. Xavier Worthy's still out. That's their number one and number two receivers. Chiefs suck. Just gonna get that out there. Chiefs are 0-2, and that makes my day every single day to look at that. God, I love that. I hope the Giants beat the Chiefs this week. That would make my entire week. All right, so we got K9 or Chase Brown. What are you thinking?
I am super big on K9 this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is what's his name for Seattle, right? The running back
Walker.
Walker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charbonnet is out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And they have a good matchup. And he's been like a 50. In fact, he's like I was shocked that I thought he had that job on lock. Like
Yeah. Same.
kind of like for the Jets, how that situation is there, and it's not quite been like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that he now doesn't have that timeshare, I really like K9 this week. Although I've been huge on Chase Brown. Like I also think I think he's almost matchup proof just because, especially now with quarterback injury there, I think he gets even more opportunities like to rush and little passes on the backfield because I think
Yeah.
that's a good check down for quarterbacks who aren't as talented, right? You don't see anything in the middle of the field. We'll just dump it off to your running back.
Yeah.
And he's a 3-down running back. He doesn't have any type of no one threaten him there. But I like K9 this week. I have him in my fantasy, my DraftKings lineups, like out the ass.
Yeah. They're also playing the Saints too. It's hard to sit Chase Brown because of Burrow being out, but 100% I go Kenneth Walker here too, because the Saints don't really scare anybody. I think they're gonna run all over him today, honestly. Especially if there is a chance of showers, at that point in time, hope for rain if you have him, because he's just gonna get the ball more. So that is that.
And Seattle is other than the Green Bay and Packers, I think they are the most heavily favored. No, they're tied for the favorite, like 7.5 point favorites.
Yeah.
So game script would say, based on that, likely Seattle gets the lead, and second half they're running the ball a lot more, just trying to kind of run down the clock type deal, grinding drives.
Yep.
That's perfect. That fits K9's, perfectly. Whereas, the other way for the Bengals Vikings, I don't know exactly how that game script's going to go.
Damn. Start one at flex. Hollywood Brown or Sam Laporta. I pick Hollywood. If it's a flex spot, unless it's like a given for like the tight ends, like gonna have like an amazing week or something. I usually, personally, I tend to lean towards the receiver over a tight end. I think they, for the most part, have higher ceilings. Also, Laporte is playing Baltimore. Um, I don't know the whole defensive situation, right? Like we were talking about this at the beginning of the stream. There's a lot of really good defenses this year, like Baltimore, who have not performed the way that they should have been performing so far. But Baltimore's secondary is disgusting. On paper, Baltimore probably has either the best or one of the best secondaries in all football right now. I think it's like a matter of time till some of these really good defenses start clicking and like getting it down. Because I mean, you got to think too. Like we're in the week 3 now, right? All that bullshit of not playing in preseason and everything like that. You know, like catching your reps, catching your wind, all that stuff like that. Because I mean, you still even saw guys last week that like were still like down bad on the fucking sideline, like oxygen stuff like that. So I think this is the first week where we start to see that the conditioning for these players is really fully there now. After 2 weeks of doing this. That being said, I think Baltimore's defense is probably going to shut Laporta down. If they don't, I mean, good. That's awesome. But I like Hollywood Brown here, personally.
Yeah, same. Last week the Lions scored 50 points. Laporta had five fantasy points.
Yeah.
He's not. And the week before that,
That's a great way of putting it.
He had 13.9, so that's respectable. But when it comes to like his ceiling, just isn't. And I know he has been utilized more in previous years. I like Hollywood so much better here, even though this game script is going to be a lot of points. They scored a lot of points against the Bears, and he was not utilized.
Yeah,
He's
really
just not a big part. He's just not a big part of the game plan.
He's on my fantasy squad, and I saw the lines going crazy last week, and he just like wasn't moving as far as fantasy points goes, and it was kind of pissing me off. I was like, "Damn it, dude! Just get him the ball golf. Come on, dude."
Yeah, and that's not to say he can't have a 20-point week. It's
Oh,
just,
he could, yeah.
I mean, when you're looking at it and you're analyzing it, like that makes sense, right? Like they scored a fuck ton last week, and he was not utilized. So
Yeah.
he doesn't seem to be. He's what, your sixth, seventh option there. Like, guy kind of get lucky. Maybe gets a goal line touchdown or something,
Yeah.
But they have so many mouths to feed there.
Stafford is not pickable. Apparently, everybody I'm playing with needs 3 quarterbacks. Damn. Fuck. Maybe just try and get Rodgers this week. Then I think. I would probably get Rodgers this, or at least like if you could list off a couple of names who are there for free agency too. Like, is Darnold there? If Sam Darnold's there, I'd take Sam Darnold. If not, I'd probably get Rodgers too.
Yeah.
Start 3: Brees Hall, Travis Etienne, Jordan Mason, Josh Jacobs. 100% Jordan Mason. No way are we not starting Jordan Mason today. Aaron Jones is out. We all know that Aaron Jones is beat up, so Jordan Mason's taking over that spot fully, I think, right now. So 100% Mason, without a doubt. And then the other two. I'd say start Brees Hall, just because Brees Hall I think he's a great running back. He can really pop off. He's consistent as far as fantasy goes, too, which is nice. I've had him last week. I shouldn't say that because last week he didn't have a very good week. But the week prior to that, he was 16 points, something like that too. So yeah, 16.5, almost 17 points. It's hard to not start Brees Hall, in that situation. And then Etienne and Josh Jacobs is the big question.
So like I think that the real question here is, I'm with you. Jordan Mason is I feel like he's a lock to start.
Yeah.
And Josh Jacobs, with what we saw last week, I don't know that I don't know if Josh Jacobs is an option against the Browns. The Browns look to be like a lockdown rush defense team, and they suck ass at pass defense. So it's just hard because Henry had 2 fantasy points against the Browns, and they scored 41 points.
Yeah.
Against the Browns. So you see that stat and you're like, what? How did he get hurt? I just think the Browns are just like, their run defense is so good. Now Josh Jacobs is a little bit better of a pass catching running back, than
He's only caught one
Henry.
pass this year, but yes, I agree with that though. He
But I
overall, yes.
still, I don't, I don't know that you can, like, I would probably fade Josh Jacobs this week. I say that, and I hope he doesn't go off. Like, you
Yeah.
know. So I think the real question
It's
is Brees Hall or Travis Etienne, and maybe you could disagree, Shrek, but I think that's kind of the real question here.
it's a very good situation to be in. It's so hard to sit Josh Jacobs because of how consistent he is and everything, but
Yeah.
all honestly, if you're looking at it on paper, the least consistent of these running backs this year has probably been Brees Hall. Jordan Mason's been good, but he's just been splitting time. But now he's not splitting time right now. So like we said, 100% Jordan Mason because of that. Etienne's been playing good, but Jacobs has been playing good. It's just hard because the Browns' defense is so good up front. Like their defense is disgusting up front. Like really good. They're almost impossible to run on. Shit. It makes me want to. It makes me want to fade Brees Hall the more I look at it. Like I like Brees Hall, and I think he's gonna have a good week this week too. But I also like these other guys too. It's probably the most difficult question we've had today.
So, like, just for the Josh Jacobs thing, like, the Browns played Cincinnati week 1. Chase Brown had 21 carries for 43 yards, 1 touchdown. And he had 2 catches for 8 yards. And then last week, we know that they completely shut down Henry.
Yeah.
That's two very good fantasy running backs that, I mean, the touchdown helps for Chase Brown, but that's still like what, 10 fantasy points? So absolutely way under expectation, probably by 8 points. Probably like 15 or more, 15 to 20 for Henry. I just don't see Josh Jacobs having that great of a week. And for I just don't know if Brees Hall or I don't know which one of the two I would want to go. I don't know.
Etienne's had the better season so far overall, but like I don't know. I would probably fade Brees Hall in a sense. I don't know. The more I look at it, I'm kind of fading Brees Hall on that. I know the Browns. I'd expect this. Josh Jacobs is going to get the rushing attempts, right? But don't expect
And
anything
he could
more.
get some goal line carries. Like he very well could get some goal line carries. He could
Yeah.
have multiple goal line carries. That's very possible because they're, you know, they're favored by over a touchdown.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about Jacobs is like I think the attempts are going to be there, but I would not expect anything more than 2 or 3 yards per carry.
Yeah. I just Jets versus Bucks. I don't know.
Oh, big stretch.
It's a hard question.
And yes, Egbuka is updated to active, yes, but like we were saying, he is limited today. It seems like he's going to have limited play. So double down on the Mike Evans touchdown reception today. That is for sure. If he's going to be, because Egbuka's been their big touchdown scorer for receivers so far, already 3 this year. But yeah, that's what Crazy said. This guy in the Steelers jersey is a bad influence. We may or may not have gambled money last night. Okay.
Oh hey, how did the TGR tourney go? Well, change the subject just a little bit. I didn't get to. I wanted to play in that, and I never got to. Who won?
It was a lot of fun. Crazy Train actually won. It was pretty close.
Oh, let's go.
So we did first the 4 wins. Dankavelli came in, got 3 wins right away, expected. And then...
Wow, shocker.
Yeah. And then Dank chilled for the rest of the night. So W Dank for letting everyone else have an opportunity. But it was close.
He had a hard flex real quick and then get bounced.
Yeah, pretty much.
I could take this.
It was pretty close though, man. Crazy had 3 wins at the end. Punchy had 3 wins at the end. I got a win. Josh got a win. Dud got a win.
Oh damn!
So it was pretty well spread, and we had 2 games go down to overtime. And I think Josh beat Crazy or Punchy whenever they were going to go win the tournament in a 1v1 for sudden death, and Josh got his point that way. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
But
Crazy's like, I am the captain now.
I am the captain now. All right, I will be back in just a second, Swag.
Okay, I'll handle this next question.
Yeah,
By
yeah.
the way, this is y'all's first time here. Y'all like the content? We answer a question or y'all like what y'all see. Go ahead and give us a follow. Would be much appreciated. Also feel free to ask about bets and stuff like that. We go live 3 hours before kickoff every Sunday. Also, VODs are posted to YouTube. I'm having an issue with the VODs right now because there's copyright. There's no music in the like there's no music in the videos, but somehow I guess maybe how Shrek has it set up on his end, there's like tracks that are I guess maybe playing. I don't know. Something's playing and it's picking up something. And I have to go in and like take out that copyright music and it takes like hours for it to redo the video and then I got to go other there's like I don't know, 5 to 10 copyright things on each video, and there's like only a handful that actually affect it. But I got to take those out, and that just takes so much time. So the VODs do get posted. It's taking a little while. Once my streaming setup is good, that won't be an issue. But I'm having issues with my connection right now. I just got a new router, and that didn't fix it. So. But JDabs, welcome. PPR running back to Judkins or JCM. Get the scary matchup for Judkins, but the hype for JCM seems too high. Uh, JCM. Jordan Mason? JCM. I'm trying to figure out who JCM is right now. I feel like once I get it, I'm be like, oh yeah. Oh, I know who. Washington running back. Let me find. So, I do like Judkins. I think that he is really close to taking over the running back like completely there. Ford is I think going to be pretty much I think he's going to come in and pretty much take over for Ford, and then Sampson will come in and get some pass plays. But I do like Judkins. The game flow seems to favor him whichever way because he can catch the ball, he can run the ball. Um, you know, I feel like when the game script goes bad, he can still be utilized. And sometimes, if Baltimore gets behind and you got someone like Henry, he doesn't tend to stay in because he's not. He can catch the ball and run. We've seen that plenty of times, but that's not his specialty, right? And so he gets taken out because you need a actual. They have a pass catching running back there. Whereas for the Browns, it's not quite like that. Judkins can kind of fill whatever role he needs. Um, Let me look at the Washington real quick. Who did they play? Commanders. Um, Krosky. Now that Eckler is not really involved, let me look at his stats real quick.
Eckler is 100% not involved.
Well, yeah, yeah, he's definitely not involved.
That motherfucker down for the count.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, I don't want to interrupt you. One thing I really want to do here, since we're in our last hour of the stream, is the last maybe like 20-ish minutes or so. I really want to like emphasize on like the sports betting part and stuff like that. I want to get a couple like cool like parlays in,
Yeah,
some stuff like that.
I'm with you on that. I just don't know because now they're going to activate Chris Rodriguez. So like there's still going to be a timeshare there. It looks like JCM is going to be the number one. I just don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how to until I see how that matchup, like how that running back room plays out with Eckler now gone. I don't know what I would do with that. I have him on one of my rosters and I have him on my bench. I have other better options.
Are you talking about like Krosky or whatever his name
Yeah,
is?
yeah. JCM. At first I was like, who's JCM?
Yeah.
Who's JCM? Yeah, I was answering J Dabs' question.
Ooh, as a scary matchup, I kind of like JCM this week over Judkins. Well, the thing with Judkins too is like they have Samson there as well, and they're actually they're using Samson. I mean, they have Jerome Ford as well, and it's just like the Browns have a running back by committee style
Yeah, but
running
Ford's. I
back
mean,
room right now.
I want to say Ford is definitely. So to put this into perspective, Judkins was not. He didn't play week 1.
Yeah,
Week
yeah,
and so Samson got 43% snap count week 1. Week 2 he got 23%. So Judkins came in and took from both Ford and Samson.
Even
What
what
was
was Judkins' snap count percentage? Because Jerome Ford had 48%.
Oh wow, 27.
Yeah,
I mean, but he got 10 carry. He got 13 touches. So almost when he was in, he got the ball.
yeah,
So like,
okay,
I mean, it was very efficient with the ball. Like 6.1 yards per carry, 3 catches for 10 yards. Like so they used them, they utilized them, and that's what I think. Like I think I see that like Judkins is going to come in and take over that running back room.
oh yeah, he definitely is. It's just a matter of if it's going to be this week or also it just you're going against the Packers defense too.
Yeah,
The
that's very
Packers
true.
arguably have the best defense in the league right now.
I
I
don't know.
like
I don't like this. I like this question.
I like GCM honestly. He had a really good week 1. Week 2 is a little bit slower, but Eckler got hurt, so he's definitely going to get at least 50% of the touches. This is how I see it, and that's like a minimum is like 50 is like his number. I think the minimum for Judkins could be below 50 for snap percentage. It could go both ways. It really could.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just liked what I saw out of him right off the bat, and I thought he was gonna take over there anyway.
Yeah, he definitely is. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But all right. He's got a trade offer. They want they want my Barkley for a monster. Oh no, 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 no. He has Christian McCaffrey and James Cook. Yeah, he doesn't need Saquon if he has McCaffrey and Cook. Hell no. Don't give up Barkley. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown is very good, but Barkley is literally the entire Eagles offense. Like quite literally. They don't throw the ball. So
The one thing about Barkley is injuries, though.
yeah.
He isn't injury prone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's one that I would like. I'd go and evaluate like how I projected my league's gonna play out over the next couple of weeks, how many wins I can get, what the playoff situation's gonna be for each player. Like, I'd be looking a lot more in depth into that trade. Like week 15, 16, 17 is typically fantasy football playoff weeks. So like what are those matchups for each player? Because if you are going like, I don't know, if the Eagles play the Browns week 17 championship Sunday, I might take that trade. But like there's just so much into that. I look into it a lot.
Yeah. It's also
So
very early to do trades too.
yeah, I don't know if I would do that trade. And I can't look at this how I usually would. I hate this. I fucking hate that Sleeper right now is being a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird. So if
It'd be
you're
weird.
on if you use the Sleeper sleeper.com app fantasy football on PC, it will not show you like it'll only show you free agents unless you search. Like when you click the free agent button to take off like free agents and show everyone, like not just who's available, but every player, it's not working correctly. It is on phone, but
Yeah, but not on PC. DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, or Ricky Pearsall for full PPR flex. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Um, I probably fade Keenan Allen there. Probably. Pearsall is like their only receiver that's healthy right now for the Niners, so you got to keep that in mind. So there's a potential he's either going to get. I feel like Pearsall, there's like no between. I feel like he's either going to get shut the fuck down and they're going to double team him all game because who else are they going to double team? and then he's not going to get the ball at all, or I feel like he's going to have a really good week, and there's not going to be like any in between. That's how I feel about him. Metcalf might be the most consistent there, but I want to see Metcalf do more first. I don't know.
I mean, Keenan Allen's very consistent. 19.8
Yeah,
fantasy points, 17.1 fantasy points. The Denver matchup is rough.
yeah,
And I feel like all three of those could have very similar stat lines.
I do too.
Like, all three I see in the upper teens.
Yeah, I
To
can
maybe
definitely see
even,
like
maybe even breaking 20. Either three of those could do that.
um,
Pittsburgh.
DK he did get his first touchdown last week. Pittsburgh. Another thing to note too. I'm a Steelers fan. I hate this is even a fact. The Steelers have not gone into Foxborough and won a game there since 2008, almost 20 years ago. 17 years ago
Wow.
was the last time the Steelers went to Foxborough and won a game in New England. That's the last time. So someone's got to break that damn record this week. And
How long? When was it? What was the year?
2008. I was 6 years old.
Okay. Well, they had Tom Brady for 48 years. So
Yeah, yeah.
not a lot of teams that came in there and won.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very, very true. But yes, that is the Steelers fun fact of the day from Shrek. Also, real quick, Aaron Rodgers last week, he tied. I think he tied. I don't think he passed Brett Favre for fourth most touchdowns ever of all time. Yeah, he tied him last week. So Rodgers and Favre were tied for the fourth most touchdowns thrown in NFL history, which is a pretty crazy stat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's pretty crazy to think that somebody who's even like getting that is like still like a quarterback that you should think about like picking up off waivers or something like that or free agency. But Rodgers like genuinely like I'm not riding the Rodgers boat here as a Steelers fan, but like he's genuinely played pretty fucking good. Like he hasn't looked bad at all. The worst part about the Steelers, dude, is like I said, it's been our defense, and I think today we have our full defense back. There's Derek Harmon, our rookie #1 draft pick. Watch out for him today. Remember the name Derek Harmon. He's going to be a fucking team wrecker up front, dude. He is so damn big and so damn good. He's going to be an offensive line's nightmare. Dude, I'm calling it right now. Yeah, he's just going to be crazy. But I'm excited to watch the Steelers game today for sure. But in that question, though, kind of got off topic there a little bit. I agree with Swag. I think they all kind of have like the same like window and floor. I think you're going to get at least like 12, 13 points minimum out of these guys, but you're going to get a max maybe of like 20, 21 points out of these guys.
I do think that Keenan Allen is a lot more consistent, like the most consistent out of these. If like as long as he doesn't get injured in the game, they do have a rough matchup, I think. But Keenan Allen's been doing this for 10 years, however long, 11 years, and he's been a very good receiver every single year. So, consistency wise, I think he's probably maybe this. I don't know. I don't know. I hate these.
It's so hard to go against DK.
I start talking and then I kind of talk myself out of it. I'm like, well, wait a second.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. If you're projected to win your fantasy week this week by, like 10 points, something like that, start Keenan Allen, probably. If you are, projected to win by like 1 or maybe even to like lose your week or something like that, and you think you need a player to pop off, maybe that's when you pick like DK Metcalf or something, because DK could very easily pop off. He had a really good catch last week on the goal line, by the way. That was an awesome catch by DK. Rodgers just kind of threw it up to me, went up and got it. That was great. But yeah, if you are projected to win this week by a good couple points, I would start Keenan Allen. If you aren't projected to win this week, then maybe that's when you look at Metcalf and maybe fade Pearsall. maybe.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
just it's
agree?
hard. It's hard for like I
I
said, I see all three as similar, like similar stat lines and possibility. I just think Pearsall is a little bit lower than these, even though they're very limited. He's got Mac Jones throwing to him.
yeah
And he didn't hit double digits last week for
yeah
fantasy numbers.
yep
So take that as you want it. There you go.
yes.
That's throw it out there. That's all I got. I don't have too much more on that. I don't as far as having to choose between them.
Also, that was probably smart to decline that trade, considering that guy had Christian McCaffrey and James Cook, because you're all but giving that guy the fucking league win if you give him James Cook, Christian McCaffrey, and Saquon Barkley on the same team. That's yeah, that's kind of crazy if you let him have that many people.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
Okie doke. All right, we are gotten through our questions here for the most part. Looks like, so it is time to deposit that money. Let's get this fucking Draftkings shit going for the week. Let's see if there's any. Earn a 50% deposit bonus up to $10. And casino bonus funds. Ooh. That's for casino though. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna pull this up. I'm just gonna deposit this money real quick on my phone before I pull it up. Put $30 on for today. There we go. It is in there. Alrighty. Okay, cool. There we go. Perfect. Holy shit. Alright. So let's take a look at this. A sweat bet for week 3 touchdown bet. Make sure. Oh yeah, that's another thing. If
I'm
you
back.
guys are on, welcome back. If you guys are on DraftKings, at the very top of your screen, I'm sure you probably do this every single week. If you do bet on DraftKings and stuff, make sure you guys opt in for this stuff. There's like 33% like profit boost and live touchdown stuff, or no sweat bets, all this other stuff like that. That if you're in the region that you're able to do this stuff, go through and just claim all of these before you do anything else, honestly, football wise, because I've missed one of these before, and then you hit a bet and you get like $100 or $2 and something like that from hitting the bet, but that could have been so much more because you missed out on a plus 30% profit boost or something like that. So make sure y'all go through and you click that as well. DraftKings has they have an interesting thing going on right now where if you bet $15+ on any NFL touchdown parlay, you get $150 off NFL Sunday ticket. It's just kind of interesting that they linked up like that. All right, so I'm gonna go through and do my touchdown scorers lock for the week. Here real quick. I'm gonna scroll on down through here.
Yeah, I got some DraftKings lineups that I'll be working on while you're doing that. I'll have input, but if you see me like
Nice.
not really paying attention to my screen or whatever, it's because I have like some quarter and 50 cent bet or 50 cent lineups that I'm working on. So
Okay.
also we have a Pick'ems group, Double Down Sports Pick'ems group. I think what we're gonna do, Shrek. I think this maybe might be the best is maybe tallying from starting week 4 and on. That way we give people enough time to the and that's whenever the like I guess competition really starts. Unless we get a lot of feedback from everyone else saying no, let's start from the beginning. But feel free to join our
Yeah.
Pick'ems group. What we're gonna do is I don't know if we're gonna have any type of monetary reward. If it is, it'll be like $5 to $20. Nothing too something.
Your
Also, the
your
winner,
mic's
if
cutting
they
out,
want.
swag.
Oh, hold on.
Yep. There he is.
Okay. Is that better?
Yes.
I was also facing away from the mic, so it might not have been picking me up. I'll just
Is
restart.
your camera back on?
Oh yeah, good call. Good call. Beautiful, beautiful face.
There you go.
We have a Double Down Sports Pick'ems group. Um, there will be possibly a small monetary reward for who gets first, maybe $5 to $20. Nothing crazy. Also, the winner, if they would like, they'll join us as a guest week 17 for Double Down Sports Championship Sunday. So not nothing crazy, but something to add a little fun to it. Pick the winners of the games each week, and whoever does best, they can join us.
Yeah.
So I have the link there. It's pinned. Feel free to join. You cannot do it on desktop. It's only on mobile, which is kind of weird. But it is what it is. Everyone has a smartphone these days. And then I also linked our Discord there, which is how y'all can get in touch with us at any time if y'all want. Y'all can talk. It's a very basic Discord at the moment. We just made it like a week or two ago, and we haven't really done too much to it. But yeah, if y'all want to ask us, like Monday night's game or something, both me and Shrek are in there. Just tag us or whatnot. But yeah, just feel free to use that as y'all like.
You know what I think is ridiculous is for tonight's Chiefs Giants game, the best odds for somebody to score a touchdown in that game is fucking Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that is kind of wild. That's
That
wild.
doesn't even make sense. Like what? How the hell does Kelce have the best odds? What? That's interesting. Over Malik Neighbors is interesting. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. I'm not saying don't pick that, but I don't like the fucking odds for that. It's stupid. Doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, genuinely. Okay, so the locks of the week here. There was one I was thinking about up here too that I didn't click.
Javonte Williams? Is that who?
Yes. Where the fuck is Javonte Williams?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned him earlier. You're like, take that.
Yeah. I think I'm just blind. Hold on. There is
also working
a solid possibility that Shrek is blind. There it is.
I was also working on posting some of our VODs to YouTube and trying to make sure that they get on there because like the copyright stuff is so weird. I don't know why it does that, but yeah.
All right. This is the Shrektacular pick 6 of the week.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Wait, deleted video. Why is that a deleted video?
These are all touchdown scorers too, so we'll see how this goes. We got Jonathan Taylor touchdown at the Titans, like that. Jordan Mason touchdown against the Bengals defense, we like that. We got a Mike Evans touchdown today, considering Egbuka is going to be on limited reps. Like Mike Evans, he's not going to go much longer without scoring a touchdown, that's for sure. Kenneth Walker against the Saints in Seattle, easy touchdown.
I like that one. I like that one.
Bears and Cowboys, we got 2 for this one. I got George Pickens anytime touchdown because they're going to double team the fuck out of CD probably, and the Bears defense is not as good as what we thought it was. Clearly, they just gave up 52 points last week, and we know Dallas can score based off of their game last week as well. Also, Javonte Williams, been a lock every week so far. They've been moving the ball down the field very good, and they've been getting to goal line positions where Javonte is able to just run it right in. So that is the lock of the week for me right there as far as touchdown parlays go. If anybody wants to ride this stuff, don't blame me if we lose, please. But if we win, I mean, hey, I will take it, bro. So we're going to put, that is... Okay, yeah, that is 10 to win 700, and I got a separate 10 to win 59 on the George Pickens Javonte Williams because I'm feeling good about that one. It's the same game parlay with a no sweat bet on that as well. So overall, it's 20 to win 759 right there. I'm gonna go on vacation if I hit that.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to the fucking beach. Oh,
Hey, you should put those bets and like take a picture of them and put them in the Discord,
I should,
like
yeah.
our double down one, so
Yeah.
I can see them. Because I like looking and rooting. Like I'll look at Juice's bets as well. Um, and I just like I don't know. I like seeing the homies hit. You know.
Yeah, I feel you. Um, Also, Illinois, he has to go in college football. Illinois and Auburn fucked my bets yesterday, dude.
Bro, Illinois got their asses handed to them.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I was wondering why Illinois was plus 6.5. Like I know Indiana is very good this year. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they're actually very
I
good.
love their coach. I love their
Yeah,
coach.
same.
He came in and really changed that program.
He completely changed that program. That's a football school now. That's not a basketball school. The fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are my two bets from yesterday. This was like 5 to win like 70, and this one was like 10 to win like whatever too. But yeah, Texas Tech money line, Michigan money line, and Auburn money line. Auburn, fuck you. The other one was Michigan minus 1.5, Missouri money line, and Illinois plus 6.5. And Illinois completely cooked that. So we were one off on both of those yesterday, which sucks. I really thought Auburn was gonna win that game. Honestly, I had high hopes for Auburn. Let's see. How do I screenshot again on PC?
Control Windows S.
Oh,
Right?
I thought it was.
Control Alt S. Nope. Control Shift S. I know it's one of Windows Shift S. There it is. Gotcha.
Oh, perfect. That's hot.
Yeah. I knew it was like one of those.
There we go. Perfect.
And I'm working on some Draftkings bets here. Javonte Williams, running back. Jordan Mason. Oh, Kenneth Walker. Jordan Mason.
There we go. Put it in the Double Down Discord for you, swag.
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna send the other one, but it's just George Pickens and Javante in a separate one because they're already
Oh, okay,
they're already
that's
inside
easy.
of that anyway. So
That's easy to remember.
yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Shit. Okay, so now we're gonna go for like a passing prop one. Let's look at our quarterbacks for today. Where's Mac Jones? Where's the interception at? Come on, give it to me. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. We're not. The Vikings and Bengals, dude. You got Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz. What a just top tier quarterback game that is. Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's see here. Mac Jones, there you are. Hi, buddy. You're throwing an interception today. I already know it. I like how the odds, bro. The odds. Never mind. Don't fucking pick Mac Jones for interception.
Are they like negative odds?
Yeah, it's minus 132. It's 5 to
Dude, I
1,
told you,
878.
Yeah, I see why. Like, go look at the stats. It's crazy that he didn't throw one last. It was against the Saints though. Like, probably
Yeah.
arguably the worst team in the league. So
The poor dude, man. That fucking sucks. Like, the odds are literally against you to throw the interception, Mac Jones.
that's crazy.
That's amazing. I absolutely love that. Dude, Jalen Hurts, 200 plus passing yards. Just not happening, dude. Ride the under on that shit, dude. Like, where is this? Pass attempts. 28 plus pass attempts for Jalen Hurts. Who's making these numbers? What?
Against the Giants?
Yes. Wait,
No,
they're not playing the Giants.
No, Giants play the
say-
Chiefs.
Yeah, say Chiefs and Giants.
Who do they play? They play a 2-0 team. Rams. They play the Rams.
Carson Rasta says Carson wins 2+ studies and 2+ interceptions today. That's very likely.
What's up, Rasta?
Wait. I just need to go to this Eagles game real quick because I'm riding the hell out of Jalen Hurts underperforming until he proves otherwise.
You know who I'm surprised we didn't get any questions about? It was like Odunzi or Moore. I don't think we've had a single question about DJ Moore.
No, yeah, we haven't.
Not any weeks. Not a single question about him.
Where the fuck is the over under for these guys? Passing props. Jalen Hurts passing touchdown. No. Jalen Hurts passing attempt. Is there over under? Jalen Hurts over under passing attempts. Or passing touchdown. Okay. Here they are. Jalen Hurts passing yards over under. That was first quarter. Passing completions over under. Under 17.5 passing completions.
God, I got a lot of lineups to work on.
Jalen Hurts passing attempts. Under 27.5 passing attempts. Jalen Hurts passing yards. Over under. Under 192.5.
Which
These are all
Green Bay
Which
Green Bay receivers popping off today?
Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, you don't think Golden finally pops off?
I would like to think he would finally pop off, but I'm just waiting for him to actually do something. And it's like,
Yeah.
do you know that meme where it's like someone like poking this guy with a stick? He's like, "Come on, do something!" Like,
Yeah, for
that's pretty much how we are with Matthew Golden right now, dude. It's like, come on, like, do something.
you can do it.
Do something.
Move, twitch, something. You know what? I'm gonna go both of them. I'm gonna do. This is a weird lineup. I'm gonna do this.
Well, they're definitely going to have to throw the ball. That's for sure. Playing Cleveland, so Cleveland's passing like their secondary doesn't scare anybody. It's their rushing defense. You know, you can't run on Cleveland. Like you can't. They proved that.
Yeah.
They literally made Derrick Henry their bitch last week. You can't run on Cleveland.
And yeah, he's arguably the best like running specialist.
Yeah, as far as like yards per carry, stuff like that, like he's usually, he'll find a way. But yeah. What did Blunt just say? Well, 1 p.m. Teddy.
I love our league. I do. It's
I do
so
too.
much fun being in this league. Yeah, so y'all keep it so entertaining with all y'all's fucking memes and.
Yeah, our league's amazing. I love it. We have like a really good like group of guys playing in the league too, which is makes it so much better. And everyone's like actually like invested in like playing and like being like, the best that they can.
Yeah, no one like falls off. Like even if they're doing bad, everyone stays with it. Did you like my fuckum up?
Yes.
I totally LOL'd. I did. Oh shit.
Yeah, that was funny as fuck. Let's see what we got here for over under passing yards. Danny Dimes 220 plus passing yards, easy like that.
Yo, chat. Who is number one fantasy scorer this week? Who is it? Out of all players, every player, who's number one?
It's gonna be A-Tag Swag.
No, I mean NFL players.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you know what? McCaffrey might have a good fucking day. Oh, Bijan. Ooh, I actually like Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan against the Panthers.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty good.
Let's see. Not sure.
Jordan Love? Okay. Yeah, I got him as one of my quarterbacks in one of them.
Yeah, Jordan Love's for sure a lot this week for me.
Aubrey's going to be the number one fantasy scorer.
Yeah. What, he had like 20-something points last week or something like that?
22 or something like that, yeah.
Whoever I was playing against had him, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, God damn it.
I was favored on my ESPN league. It's my Pokemon league. And I have a really good team. I was favored by like 46 points or something to start the week. I fucking lost.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that one pissed me off. I had Derrick Henry And who else did I have? Let me go to it. I gotta go to it because it was just wild. The person I was with, I'm like, yeah, this is an automatic W. Like they don't have really anyone, and yeah, that's not how it went.
Damn. Dak
That's pretty
Prescott.
close.
Dak Prescott's line is 270 plus.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing though. They could run the ball a lot, so I could see. I don't know with Chicago. Who fucking knows?
Ooh.
Oh yeah. So I also okay. I had Derrick Henry, and I also had Justin Fields, and he got hurt early on in the game, so
Yeah.
that hurt me. And I had Garrett Wilson, who kind of relies on Justin.
Also, I'm pretty sure Tucker Kraft is out today as well. I'm gonna give her
No,
some.
no, he's playing.
100% sure. Tucker Kraft is active as expected. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so he's active. You gotta choose your words carefully, right?
Yeah. Oh man, we got like a little less than 30 minutes till football time, guys.
Let's fucking go.
I'm hype.
Let's do this.
Every football Sunday is like Christmas.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh, maybe look for McMillan to have a good day for the Panthers today as well. Leggett is out. Xavier Leggett is out.
All right, so let's put him in. Let's see, Panthers. Million. Let's see. Should I?
All right, let's see who the inactives are real quick. So Leggett is out. Tucker Kraft is in. Tyler Warren is playing. Egbuka is playing. Let's see. Obviously, Joe Burrow's out. Obviously, Evan Ingram, he is out. Jaden Reed is out for the Packers today. So maybe this is the week that we get Matthew Golden popping off. Obviously, Xavier Worthy. I think we're all caught up to date on that. Will Dissly is out. J.J. McCarthy's out. Justin Fields is out. Will Shipley is out for the Eagles. Yeah, trip to the IR is very much on the table here. I thought Joey Porter Jr. was playing for the Steelers today. Hold on. Inactive. My ass. Hold on.
Hold the phone.
I thought he was playing today. Out versus Patriots. Oh my god. Fuck. Dude, we need him. We genuinely need him. Jalen Ramsey's getting a little too old to fucking be doing like one-on-one and shit like that. We don't have Deshaun Elliott back either this week. Damn. See, that's why our secondary's been so beat up, dude, is because we were missing Joey Porter Jr. and Deshaun Elliott both, which is like key like lockdown players for us. I think the Steelers need to bring up Beanie Bishop from the practice squad. I think that would benefit us a lot here. Hold on real quick, actually. As always, as a Steelers fan, I got to bet on my team. I got to put at least $5 in the Steelers game.
This is my team for week 3. Mayfield, Barkley, Chase Brown, McConkey, Sutton, Hollywood, Javante, Falcons, D, and Aubrey.
Nice.
So, okay, you did get Javante in there, alright. So, wait, do you not have a tight end? Do you not have a tight end in your league?
Oh, yeah.
A tight end spot?
Does
That's
not
not
look like
sad.
there's a tight end.
Yeah, by the way, mainly all the stats we bring up are PPR for our league. So usually we use our sleeper app, but today we're using ESPN app. For our league, we actually have 2 flex positions. Aside from that, it's normal. Everything else is normal PPR. You got defense, got a kicker, 1 quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers, 2+ tutties. The lock. Old man still got it. Another thing that's like not being discussed enough is last week the Steelers. If you guys were watching the game, or even if you weren't watching the game, I'm sure you all probably saw the kickoff that
Oh my
happened.
God, dude. Yeah,
And
that was painful to watch.
I was losing my fucking mind. I was losing my mind. So, with the new kickoff thing, the rule is you don't have to touch that ball for that ball to still be active. If that ball lands in the end zone and it's still in the end zone, that's a touchdown for the other team.
So if it lands in the kicking
Yeah,
zone
it has to go to
first,
kicking zone first. Yes, yes, yes.
and it can hit the end zone and still be a live ball. If
Yeah.
it lands in the end zone, which is outside of the kicking
Then
area,
yeah, yeah,
then it's a touchback.
yeah. That's a better way of putting it. Yes.
Yeah, I got you, man.
But yeah, we can't be having. I mean, Caleb Johnson. That's another thing. Steelers drafted him. He's maybe ran the ball twice, maybe for like 1 yard.
Yeah, it's
So
been just
it's
surprised at how little he's been utilized.
yeah. That part's very very interesting to me. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We both appreciate it.
I have Kittle, but injured. Oh, yeah, that's rough. I have Kittle, Laporta, and Ertz. Ertz is
Damn,
playing backup quarterback.
you're stacked on
That's why
tight
you guys
end.
smell Laporta.
Hey, I mean, Laporta and Ertz are pretty damn good backup tight ends for Kittle right there. I'd probably put in Laporta just because Ertz literally like Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the fucking ball. So
Wait, no, Ertz is
wait,
on.
that's Goddard. Yeah, I'm thinking he's with
Yeah,
Washington. Never mind, my
Ertz
bad.
is,
I'm retarded. Sorry.
Ertz is Washington, right? Pretty sure it's
Yeah,
Washington.
yeah, he's Washington. That was my bad.
And who knows if he'll get the ball? Different quarterback. So
Yeah, especially if
Debo,
Mariota.
Debo, K9, Terry, and Igbuka have to pick two. I'm currently going with Terry and K9. Yeah, that's rough because Igbuka's. We don't I just hesitate on the Igbuka because the injury. Sometimes people will play through an injury, but it does affect their stats and stuff. And I have no clue like how much his injury will affect his stats.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, K9 lock, yeah, like absolute lock, and then it's among the other three to choose because Charbonnet's pretty sure Charbonnet got rolled out, right? Let me just look at this.
I'm pretty sure.
It says doubtful. Oh, well, it says doubtful. Let's see.
Usually means they're out.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do in the Steelers game.
I would assume that Charbonnet's not going to play. We won't know till because that's a 3 o'clock game. Well, for my Central Time, so we won't know that until about an hour before kickoff. But I would assume it's going to be K9 for getting all the workload. Maybe he gives up a couple carries to one of the other guys, but
Yeah.
as far as Debo, Terry, and Igbuka, I don't know, man. All three of those are kind of like backup quarterback throw into him,
Yeah.
backup quarterback throw into him, and then coming off an injury. So it's like, pick your poison.
Yeah.
Don't really have too much more to add to that. IGN is Ape. Welcome. Full PPR. One running back, one flex. Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, and Ricky Pearsall. Chase Brown and Kenneth Walker there.
There's not much I'm liking about the Steelers game to bet on, honestly. Gotta be real.
Ricky Pearsall will be a focal point because he's one of the few weapons that they have. But that could be a run-heavy game, and he didn't even get 10 fantasy points last week. And he has Mac Jones throwing to him, who's going to throw an interception today.
Yeah.
For sure. It's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would go Chase Brown and Kenneth Walker. I just think both those guys can very well put you over 20 fantasy points each. Whereas Ricky can get get you double digits. Is he going to get you double digits? And is it, is it 12 points? Like, whereas the other two I can easily see well above that. So,
Yeah.
that's the times Mariota played with Terry. He had 90 plus yards and a TD, but also Debo wasn't on the team. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Call me crazy, but I'm taking the Cowboys Bears game over 49.5 points.
I don't call you crazy. I very well think that's possible.
Yeah.
I say that, and then it's going to be like 3-3 halftime, some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, probably.
What's up, Meatloaf? Welcome, welcome. Half PPR, 2 wide receivers start Terry, QJ, 1 layer. Juwan Jennings is out. So,
Yes.
yeah, definitely not Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, definitely not him.
QJ has a rough matchup with a lot of mouths to feed, but he's been doing good this year.
Wandale Robinson had a really good week last week, but I doubt he's going to have another week like last week this week. So,
Yeah, I seriously doubt that. I think that was a one-off, honestly.
yeah.
I'm leaning more to QJ and Terry, even though QJ has a rough matchup, a lot of mouths to feed. However, both offenses in that game are solid. Both defenses in that game are solid. Denver versus Chargers.
Yeah.
And then like Tuizy, Toizy, Tuizy. I don't know. How do I say your name? So I've seen you in here. I just never. I don't know. I don't. I'm not very good with names sometimes. So correct me. Let me know how to correctly say your name. That way I don't. A lot of people call me like add a G and it's A tag. It's an acronym. So
Out of the G swag.
yeah. So here's my typical. Here's my like alias for Twitch. And so a lot of people call me add a G. And most of the time I don't correct them just because almost everyone naturally says it. Or they'll say ATT swag. But yeah.
ATT swag.
Yeah, I would go Terry and QJ, I think. I feel like one of these gonna like kind of have like a week like Renthro, where it's just they have a great week here or there, but they're not consistent. So you kind of have to more or less guess when they're going to pop off. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're having their breakout year, but that's what makes this interesting. It's also hard to tell at the beginning of the season because like projections are way off, and sometimes you don't know if like week 1 was this team actually playing really good? Are they a good team, or was the other team that they played just really bad and they took advantage of that? That's kind of the thing, and that carries for a couple weeks.
The fact that Jamar Chase is plus 150 is fucking crazy for a touchdown. That's insane. Just because he has a backup quarterback doesn't mean he's not going to fucking score. Holy hell.
Yeah.
All right. Romeo Dobbs, Josh Downs, Brock Bowers, Jamar Chase. Easy. Put these parlays in. Checking my location. I haven't moved since I put the other bet in 5 minutes ago. I promise. I'm still in the same spot. Alright. I'm going to do touchdown passes as a parlay too. Passing tutties. I got Jordan Love 2+. Easy. Let's see what else we got here. Daniel Jones 2+ today. I'm liking that. Let's see what else we got today. I kind of like the Aaron Rodgers 2+ tutties today. Kinda. Not gonna lie.
What's up, Dylan? Which side do you like more? ARSB, what the? Amon-Ra St. Brown, Javonte Williams, or Jamar Chase Brown. with the injury to uh I see him in my head.
You can do it, Swag.
What's the quarterback for Cincinnati?
Me. Jake Browning.
No.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Holy.
With the injury to Joe Burrow, I like the ARSB Javonte Williams. Obviously, that offense suffers some with the quarterback injury, but Javonte Williams right now is a fourth highest scorer running back. So
Yeah, he's having a really good year.
And it looks like it's because they've like, it looks like the Dallas run game is actually pretty decent. Like he's had holes to run through, so it's not like you know. Sorry, I had ads. Let's see. What did I don't know where you missed.
Sorry, I've been a little quiet here the past couple minutes. I'm just trying to get all these bets in here.
Yeah, we just been working on like touching up our last few things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan, of course. You know, much appreciated. For anyone who's, you know, first time here or whatnot, we appreciate a follow. Help support the stream.
Yep.
Activate your notifications. We go live 3 hours before kickoff every Sunday. I would say we mainly, like, our main thing is answering this, like, who y'all want to, like, when y'all have a question for your lineup. I think that's, like, the main focus of the channel. And then we cover just, like, pretty much everything else football. Six ads? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we need to turn that down.
You have Prime. How do you have ads?
It's because they have Prime doesn't mean that they use their Prime sub on us, though.
No, I know. But when you have Twitch Prime, I thought you didn't get ads.
You mean like, Turbo?
Maybe it's... Yeah, I don't know.
You have to have Turbo to get no ads.
But if you don't want ads... and we don't... I mean, I think we can go in and make it to where there's not so many ads. I know I have it on my other channel. I have it like that. I haven't messed with the ads on this channel. So it's just set to whatever it was. It's not like we up the ads or anything. It's just what Twitch had it at. I said I had little, but he injured. Have Laporta and Ertz. Oh, Kittle. Yeah. Yeah, I think Shrek said he would go with Laporta.
Yes.
And I mentioned that it's just hard to know with Ertz. Knowing, like, now you have a different quarterback in there. Different quarterbacks favor tight ends differently. Like, I like Ertz generally, but different quarterback, no clue how he's going to be utilized.
Yeah. That's weird. It's showing on my Draftkings account on my PC that I don't have any money in my account, but if I go to my phone, it's showing $5 in my account.
But you're not. Are you logged in?
Yeah. I mean, now I'm not. I just logged myself out because I'm on my phone, but...
Yeah, I was like, well, I don't see you logged in. Huh, that's weird.
I'll take it.
All right, let me throw in a crazy lineup real quick. Let's see. Someone who I haven't considered yet.
Look for Jackson Smith and Jigba that have a lot of receiving yards today.
He is. He's been sick. He was actually questionable. He's gonna play, but he's been dealing with a bug. He should start a flex between Igbuka and Devontae Smith. Igbuka isn't 100%. Oh, that is a tough question because where did the Eagles' passing game go?
That is a hard question. I definitely and I'm not gonna lie, until Jalen Hurts passes the damn ball, I'm fading every Philly receiver right now. It's really sad to see Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, two very good receivers in the league, is not be able to get the ball whatsoever because their offensive game plan is literally based around one person and one person only, and that's Saquon. I don't know. Eagles are a very annoying team to watch. I can't stand watching the Eagles play. Very boring game. It just, there's a handoff to Barkley. Handoff to Barkley. Another handoff to Barkley. It's just obnoxious to see it. But yeah, Jalen Hurts just doesn't throw the ball. So
Yeah, but see, there was a time where Devontae Smith had like pretty good. You had some stat for him that I was like, wow, that was last year, and like even though it hasn't happened this year, it doesn't mean it won't. Like
yeah,
that's the thing about fantasy football. Like from week to week, like things can vary so much, and there's so many
yeah,
factors.
I
Like
agree.
oh man, I don't know. Next question. I don't know. I don't like this one. Um, I just don't know how like Buka's injury is going to affect him. And he could get re-injured in the game, and that's I don't know. Coin flip. There we go. Coin flip
That
time.
is a bit of a coin
I
flip.
don't. Unfortunately, I don't have too much more to say on that. It's a hard one to decide, and it's not even really a matchup thing. It's just a no passing game for the Eagles, and then Ibuka's not 100%.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, I can't say too much more. I don't even know what I would go with there. Like I said, I might flip a coin, and that might be how I decide. Like seriously, I have
I
Hollywood as a
would.
flex. Should I switch him for Laporta? I think so.
I would
I think
still.
so.
I would still pick Igbuka over Devontae, just because like when they do start passing the ball, I feel like AJ Brown's gonna be that first go-to guy. But I don't know. It can go so many different ways. Also, sorry, like I said, we're just getting all our parlays in and shit like that. I'm making an assload of parlays today. I'm making money today, boy.
Fuck them up.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Let's see. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go with. We also are going to get ready and wrap some stuff up here as well. We got the football games coming on in 8 more minutes. Perfecto. All right, I got all my shit in. I think I'm good to get ready and end here. Swagger, you think you're same?
Yeah, I should be good to go. I don't have really too much, nothing to add. Just come back and join us next week, same time,
Yep.
3 hours before kickoff. Well, about ish.
3-ish
Sometimes
hours.
sometimes we're a little late, but we'll be here. Also, check out the Discord. That will be starting to be utilized a lot more, and you can also talk to us. All we have in there right now is a general channel and a general chat. We'll eventually get to that. VODs for YouTube will be added. I mean, I've been working on it while we're streaming. It's just hard because they've had copyright issues. But it looks like all of them have posted except for one.
Okay. Okay.
And this one will be. I'm gonna work on posting this one right after, but it might have the copyright issues because Shrek is the one who's hosting the stream right now, and he's
There,
got something fucking weird going on with his shit.
there
He
shouldn't
just wants to
be
make it more difficult on me.
there
But
shouldn't be any issues. There shouldn't be. It should be good.
okay, I hope so.
There's nothing
Sucks.
playing in the background this time or anything. It was just us talking, so there was no music or anything. So yeah, we should be good in that part. Also, thank you for the last second follow right there. I think we will see y'all, like Sag was saying, 3 ish hours before we kick off next Sunday. Hope everybody gets rich as fuck. Hope your parlays hit. Hope y'all had the best of luck with fantasy this week. Hopefully, most of the things that we were able to talk about today, as far as like starts and sits and all that stuff, worked out for you today. But yeah, I think we will see y'all next Sunday in the morning. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy, relax, watch some football, and you know, maybe have a beer too, have a couple hot dogs, get a couple burgers. Let's keep it going. But I will see all them. Swag.
Yep. Most of all,
Fuck them up. Fuck 'em. Alrighty, guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a good start of your week at the beginning of the week and all else in between. But have a good day, guys. Bye bye.